Okay, ladies and gents, we live. The show has begun. Jumblum, what's up, my man? I'm Toast. What exactly? You umming something there? All right, welcome. It's about time we begin this. Hey, Night Ranger, what's up, my man? There we are. Hey. I hope everyone's having a good time. Give me one quick sec, yeah? I'm just gonna edit a few things before we begin, cause gotta make sure it's running smoothly. In the meantime, let's start up Dauntless as well. Beautiful. Hey, no problem, man. Listen, the more we can help others, the best, the better. The best, the better. You know, you get what I mean. All right, let's have some fun. Well, Jumblum, if you want to eat him, you can go for that. I can rap about anything as long as I'm paid. So, you drop some hot love on me, Toast Boy, and I'll rap about shoes. Easy. Now then, I hope everybody's here to have a good time. Night Ranger, what's up? Daryl, what's up? I'm gonna build some weird shit today, because I can. Ladies and gents, my mod already doing such a good job. I love it. Okay, let's go build weird shit. Yes. Taking on escalation bosses. One thing which I can recommend is that if you are having trouble with Malkurion, one of the things that you can do is actually run repeaters, because repeaters might make it actually easier for you to handle Malkurion. I mean, that's just a suggestion. It's up to you. Personally, that's what I would do. if I wanted to face off against Malcurion. Okay. I think it's a stronger purple. That'll do. Alright, and if any members wish to join me, just let me know. I'm gonna do a basic test of this shit. See if it'll work. It might or it might not. I think, yeah, if you want me to level you or anything like that, just let me know, friends. Claw parts that are tricky, you just need to break the wings, if I'm not wrong. Just break the wings and you're good to go. I don't think you have to break the claws. Because as far as I know, head, wings, tail is the only parts that matter. So yeah, I'm just running a quick test of this. If you want to toast, I mean... You want to, who can stop you? Alright. Everyone knows what you mean, buddy. Nah, it's okay. You're just, honestly, I'm Toast. You're just an absolute fucking weirdo. But it's okay. That's kind of alright here. But you are an absolute fucking weirdo, just in case you didn't know. Okay, let me see. Stormclaw's over there. Let's go test this. Is Mom vacuuming right now? Dang. Thought you vacuumed this morning. Oh yeah? Which build you going for? See what he can do. Yep. It's okay. Nothing wrong with being burnt toast. You say it like it's a bad thing. Adjustments is going to be needed. If we tried it with change this to energized, might work better. We shall see. Do any other members need stuff? If you do, let me know. Fair enough. I mean, listen, if you feel that you need it, go for it. But one thing you can honestly do is just take any one of my repeated builds, right? Just put +3 sharpened on it. You honestly should not need +3 sharpened with a marksman chamber. Should be more than enough to break the parts that you need, as far as I know. Because +3 sharpened is like, assuming you have all the necessary damage cells and stuff, it'll multiply together with all the other raw damage cells in the build, which will give you a very nice amount of part damage. That's okay, Toast. You do whatever you want to do. What's up, Ghoul? How you doing? Okay, not horrible. Could be a lot worse, could be a lot better. It's not explicitly terrible. Oops, shit. Cancel the airship for no reason. Return. I think it'd be weirder if anybody didn't know Monopoly. But yeah, you just transition to that build when you're ready, Eric. Like, a lot of people just do that, but they also like just build the easy builds first, so you can actually like, I mean, you're already pretty far along, so you wouldn't have to, but what a lot of people do is that they build like the easy repeater build, then they use that to farm the parts for everything else. And that's just the cycle that goes on and on. I mean, whichever way you want to do it, as long as you're happy at the end of the day. Well, then I guess you shouldn't be playing Monopoly. Sure, we believe you. Don't we all, guys? I'm sure we all believe you. Any tips for a striker build? Use mine. Best tip, use an Asian robot build. Here you go. This is the one you're looking for. Have fun, buddy. Good. These are the best in the game, Ghoul. Yes, you have to get 500 steel marks, Eric, and then you buy the blueprint from Lady Luck, and then you'll be able to craft it at the middleman. That's, in general, how Discipline works, and many of my repeater builds do use Discipline because Discipline is just the most efficient cell on repeaters. The reason for that is obviously the fact that repeaters do not come with an interrupt. So, because you lack that interrupt, the Discipline is to cover for that. And Discipline is also widely used for a lot of high-end builds, so if you really want to get good at the game, you will reach a point where Discipline is going to be a necessity for you. And that is the stage where you will, you know, sort of reach your pinnacle. No problem, Ivan. Enjoy using the Asian robot builds. We can certify that they are absolutely, well, I would say overpowered, but they are even better than that. They make you God. I can't believe I'm actually making the hunger viable here. No, not yet, Michael. It's still in testing right now. The reason why is that one of my top supporters really loves the hunger, so you know what? I kind of wanted to do this build justice, so as much as I hate the hunger because I think it's a trash tier sword, it's not impossible to make it viable. It can be done. I don't want to, but it can be done. Yes, you can only earn 300 per week. So every week that you do the trial, you can get 300. What's your top 3 weapons to use in Dauntless? For me, apparently I am best at chain blades, repeaters, and strikers. No problem, Eric. Never apologize for asking questions. We're always here to help Slayers answer questions. And you know, in future, if you like it, and you like the channel, you want to see it keep going, make sure you become a member. Because, remember, the help that you receive today will help others in future as well. So, you know, by keeping the channel running, by keeping my family alive, you guys continue to have good content and a good creator that you can rely on. Or you can rely on other people that are, you know, not good. But I mean, hey, it's up to you, right? But yeah, never feel embarrassed about asking questions. We're always here to answer them. With good reason. Just need to learn the monster's moves and reaction skills so you can flex on your friends. Ha! That takes time, but once you do, you will be very good. It is a trash tier sword. I mean, have you seen how bad it is? I'm not gonna put it in a list, but hey, you know it. Now then, friends, how dare you speak to me? How dare you even talk to me? You're not allowed to. Not until you have the VVIP card. Then you can talk to me. Nah, I'm kidding. What's my least favorite annoying behemoth to fight? At this moment, in a heroic escalation, it would be the Bloodshot Shroud. For most of the time, it would be the Thunderdeep Drask, because the Thunderdeep Drask is one of the serious weirdos. Savate is a close third because Savate has no interrupt frames, so you gotta remember that. But overall, the Thunderdeep Drask is the worst because it's still one of the only behemoths that can actually one-shot, which is pretty fucking insane, all things considered. And the Savate has no interrupt frames, as mentioned. And last but not least, you've got the Bloodshot Shroud, who in heroics is literally one of the worst behemoths you can fight because it has way too many hit points and also does mondo damage. So in a normal situation, you can survive that shit, but in a heroic, you're just asking for pain. Hey, I kick Sai. Exotic repeaters, as in the Twin Suns, they're okay. Look, I'll be honest with you, they're not great, but they're okay. Who's the most annoying person in chat? Guess. Yep, pretty much. I mean, I'm not gonna chase you out of here, but, you know, bro, you really gotta learn how to talk to people. Yeah, Thunderdeep Drask is quite devastating in the fact that it has one of the highest offensive powers in the whole game. Heroic escalations are for getting your heroic merits so you can get the heroic crowns. You have to do 5 weeks of heroic escalations to get 1 crown. There are 5 crowns to obtain. A 6th might be on the way with the Radiant escalation. Yes, it is the hunger. I'm actually constructing a viable hunger build because, well, one of my top supporters wanted one, so I said fine. And I feel bad for him not having his favorite weapon be viable, so I'm actually making it viable. It's a pain in the ass, though. But as much as I hate it, and as much as using this sword literally gives me an ulcer, you can actually turn this into something decent, but it requires near flawless play. Not flawless play, but near flawless play in order to become viable, because there's literally no other way to make it decent, unfortunately. But if you can manage that, you can actually do very well with it. You're heading to bed already? Dang! By the way, how's your Pokemon grind going? Did you make it to expert yet? I'm gonna release like a guide on Night Ranger's rotations, which he taught me. That was actually like super helpful. And once you know that rotation, it's actually pretty easy to carry yourself to expert. Now, I don't know about anything beyond expert, but expert, possible. There's France with the love, man. But no, I'm gonna stop you there, friends, because one of the things which, as a streamer, I often encourage is, if you want to be at a stream, right, try not to make yourself, like, okay, for example, you're here at my stream, right? If you're talking a lot of random stuff, like, that basically counts as spam. And basically you make it harder for other people to be heard. So if you're not on topic, or you're not like discussing stuff that is related to the stream, that is usually considered not cool. So it's actually part of like viewer etiquette. If you want to be random in chat, you can, but like don't do it consistently. So, oh, you're at expert class 3? I'm at class 4 already, almost to veteran. I just haven't done any of my runs yet. But I might drop. You never know. Depends on who I encounter later on. But yeah, that is one of the things you want to be aware of. So like, as much as I love your positivity, friends, one thing we do not encourage for viewers is to be too random, because you want to ensure that when speaking in chat, right, it's the same as being out in public. All right, you don't want to like talk over other people, or if you were at a table, for example, and everyone was having a discussion, you know, you wouldn't want to be off topic, or just, you know, saying random shit that has nothing to do with, yeah, because that is part of, like, viewer etiquette as well, and we don't want to encourage people to spam chat or things like that, because if they do that, then people who have valid questions may not get a chance to have theirs responded to, so yeah. That is one of the important things that viewers have to learn about being at a stream, because as much as the streamer has etiquette as well, you also want to have viewer etiquette. Like, if you're like, think of it as like being in a school, right? There's a group of people all sitting around talking, you know, and they're all talking about, like, for example, a particular game. Then you just come in and you say random shit. It's like everybody in the group's gonna turn and look at you. I'm sure you learned that in school, right? So, you know, try to be a part of the atmosphere and try not to go against that, because there's no point in that. And like, unlike in school where we can't kick you out, here we do ban people if we find that they're not really, you know, good with the atmosphere. And Ivan says, I met some chat who reset the weapon levels above 100 times. To look cool, I guess, Ivan. I mean, some people want to look amazing, and so they reforge hundreds of times. It's like, if they want to, I guess. The only real benefit is to do it 10 times for the reforge bonuses. After that, you get Aether Hearts every time you reforge. I mean, I'm still reforging all the time because I just have nothing else to do, and it's part of me testing builds and stuff like that. But beyond that, there actually isn't much of a purpose to reforging more. So it's just, if you want, like, okay, for example, if I look at my chain blades, right? My chain blades get this cool red, like, I don't know, you can see it. They get this cool red border, I guess, which looks pretty insane. So people like that, I guess. Hey, Kings. So yeah, let me see, any other questions? I like how many behemoths are fun to fight. Togedoro is a perfect example. Well, look, wait till you take on Heroic Togedor. Also, to the person who asked about heroics, right? The heroic crowns look something like this. It's got Frostfall, Unseen, Malkurion's Crest, Togedor's chest, Urska's chest, Wreath of Agris. Like, you can get all these crowns, and like they just look pretty cool. But that's the only real point to heroics. That and the heroic merit each week. Chainblades, yes, they are my favorite weapon in the game. Maybe I'll go with this for a while. Cool red border of Chainblades doesn't look cool to me. Okay, Daryl ban Classy. How dare he say my Chainblades cool border doesn't look cool to him. Classy, you are no longer welcome here. Get out the door. They don't do anything. They're just for like looks. So like for example, if I wanted to look extra swanky, I just put a crown on my head. So there you go. Unseen crown, assign. Then you look extra swanky. That's about it. That's about it. Don't actually ban him, by the way. How you doing, Classy? Jahil, how are you? What's the name of the crown I have on? This one is the Shadow Crest. It's from Thrax. It's the heroic Thrax crown. All of them are available here. See, you can just do the get all of them. You can see these are the crowns. You have to get 5 heroic merits to do them. That's on Twitch. If you look in the description of the video, it states clearly that I do Dauntless on Monday, Wednesday, Friday on YouTube. How you doing? How you doing, Jahil? Heroic tokens? Heroic escalation. You can get 1 per week. If you get 1 per week, it takes you 5 weeks to get a crown. Hey, well, you know, all the exotics follow that rule. I guess because, like, back when they first created them, they wanted them to be, like, you know, ultra super cool. Hey, Dayton, how you doing? Classy, it sounds like you're having a really bad time, bro. I mean, you can play and do whatever you want, but that literally sounds like the opposite of a fun time. I mean, me and my downtime now. Did you complete it? Because you have to complete and obtain a victory. That's okay, Dayton. You come when you can, man. And if any members need me to run them through stuff, just let me know, yeah? Anytime, okay? Otherwise, I'm just gonna carry on doing my own thing. You're chilling at home, Chahil? Nice. But yeah, Feels Gaming, even just doing the heroic escalation won't give you a token. You have to complete it, meaning you have to obtain a victory on it. So that's the only way. What's my favorite legendary weapon, legendary effect? Chronivore. Because the rewind is very useful. Hey James, what's up? Hard for me to read, so what other games do I play? Pokemon Unite, COD, Paladins. We do quite a variety of stuff. Pokemon Unite's my current addiction. It's been very, very good stuff. Ah, my greatest weakness. Well, no, I was asking you just may get that. What do you mean no Chainblade's legendary? What is... Chainblades, every legendary is for every single weapon. So what do you mean by no Chainblade legendary? Unless you're talking about Chainblade's exotic, because there's no exotic. Exotics and legendaries, 2 different things. There's no max reforge level. You can reforge as much as you want, man. You want to reforge 2,000 times? That's up to you, buddy. So yeah, exotics are weapons like the Hunger, which cannot be transmogged. They have no UE, and they have 1 prismatic slot. Yeah. There's only 4 exotics right now. Twin Suns for the repeaters, Hunger for the sword, God Hand for the war pike, and the Molten Edict for the hammer. Unfortunately, there's nothing else in the game. So yeah. But there's no max reforge level as well. You can reforge as much as you want. You want to reforge 15 bajillion times? Up to you, my dude. You can be one with the atmosphere if you want to. Yeah, of course I've got all exotics. Dude, I have everything in the game. There's literally nothing. Are exotics good? No. I mean, okay, 1 exotic is very good, which is the Molten Edict. It has a very good use against Frost Behemoths. So it's often used in trials against Frost Behemoths. The God Hand, I guess, can be useful against Umbral Behemoths, but honestly, other War Pikes are better, so... Because, you see, the lack of a UE and certain lacking, like, for example, okay, certain exotics lack a offensive, like, a proper offensive ability. So, for example, you're looking at, like, the Hunger. It has Rage Hunter on it. That's great, but Rage Hunter only applies when a Behemoth is in Rage, so yeah. Yes, you just have to find the lore node. It's all on my channel, so like you can get all the exotic armors, weapons, whatever. Just search for how to acquire Time Weave armor, how to acquire God Hand, where to get the God Hand. Like, I've got videos on my channel that show you exactly where you can go to pick up the lore nodes. But yeah, exotics do exist. They are kind of like fun weapons, I guess. People use them for fun, mostly. They don't actually... Like, compared to a normal sword, like running what I'm running right now, compared to a normal sword, the Hunger actually falls far short because it doesn't have a UE. UE standing for Unique Effect, for those who are too new to understand what UE is. Unique effects are very important because they modify your gameplay style and also give you some interesting ways to use your weapon. So that's why UEs are so important, and the fact that the exotics lack them is thought to be compensated by their special, but not all the time. Like certain ones, it's genuinely not compensated by their special. Like for example, the Hunger special, the Feast, which gives you lifesteal, increased damage, and also drains your health while fighting. This was cool prior to Revenant, but just the 20% increase, I think, doesn't really cover enough as compared to, like, for example, a UE that gives me consistent increases in damage or explosions, things like that, you know. Expensive to craft. I mean, if you've got a good build to farm, nothing is expensive to craft. So, it would be something that you would do when you have the spare time to do so. Like if you don't have anything else that you're building at the moment, I would say finish your endgame build first. And then you can look at something like this, because the exotics aren't really like... you can make them viable, but the thing is, like... For example, if I were to use, say... Because this is a near flawless build in order to give the Hunger barely enough offensive power to compete. If I were to, say, pick up a Torquedoro sword with a Hellion Bond, I could outdo that so much, you see? So, it's like is there really a point in me building that hard just to have a situation where, you know, my stuff is not as good as could be, you see? That's the only downside to this whole endeavor. Pretty much that's the idea. Once you have a good build, like, to farm, you will be okay with, like, getting anything you need. Oh, god damn it. I tell you, Thunderdeep is the worst of the worst. Now I can finish off the rest. Spin to win is fun, but and the other thing is that, for example, the Hunger doesn't come with Avenging Overdrive, which is actually the ideal mod for the sword. So without that, you're stuck using the Hunger shitty version of Valiant. Aether Dust is really easy to get. Like, once you're into the game and you've crafted most of the cells, it's like you have like you got thousands of Aether Dust, so yeah. Skarn is generally used a lot, not because it's my favorite lantern. If you actually ask me, I really love the Drask Lantern, but it's used the most because it has the most useful ability, which is the shield, which can be very helpful if you're running something. For example, like right now, I'm running this build whereby I am close to flawless, so yeah. That's just my Arc Slayer armor painted up. It was bought, you have to buy it from like the Dauntless store. So a long while back, there was this Arc Slayer set available. But had I known the stuff about the Dauntless and their partners that I do now, I probably would never have bought it in the past. I bought it like a year ago, and me and my wife first started. And then, you know, we thought it was cool, and it was our first step into Dauntless. We got ourselves some cool skins and whatever. Regrets, but oh well. I mean, I still have it on right now. I just painted it different. Yeah, I'm testing out a hunger build because I can. Yeah, but that said, you know, it was a cool armor set back then. Like I said, we were just like trying to support a game we enjoyed. But I don't know if they sell it now. I remember it was available a year ago, but now I'm not so sure. Yes, Phasmo in the evening, buddy. Phasmo and then hopefully Paladins. Depends if Kaz feels alright. I know she misses you guys, and like, yeah, she's just not been well at all, so she's been trying to rest after work. I shopped way too much for somebody that gets treated like dirt, so yeah. Like I said, had I known all the stuff back then that I do now, I would have only bought the Hunt Pass, and that's all. No, I do not play chess. Who's my favorite escalation behemoth? I don't have one. They're all pretty much just XP to me, so. I mean, I'm at the point where they're all literally XP to me, so. 'Tis all good. I don't, like, to me, this guy, I've killed him so many bajillions times, I don't really have a favorite. They're all just, it's like, ah, this is XP now. You know, that kind of feeling, I guess. But yes, it is Phasmo Friday. So I demand everybody be there to hunt ghosts. Oh yeah, it used to be, my dude. It used to be one of the strongest in the game, but that's why you see, the problem is that meta became all about exotics, and anyone who didn't have the exotic was like super weak as shit. So yeah, that's the only downside, I guess. Like, it really saddened me, like, to see that happen, but at the same time, you know, it's a situation whereby, like, they could not make it like too good, because then people wouldn't play any other sword. You'd basically be pigeonholed into using nothing but the hunger, which is no good for a game. You cannot have a situation where only one thing is viable. Asukara is right. Do I still enjoy this game? Hell no. This game is boring as shit, but like, I'm mostly here for the, like, one thing that people always ask me is like, wait, you don't even like the game, so why are you playing it? Okay, so to explain that for everybody, it's that I'm here for the members. I'm here for the people who, you know, are around, they've always been around, and, you know, they just need me to answer stuff and, you know, talk them through stuff, or, you know, assist them with stuff. That's literally what I'm here for. I have no other purpose in this game, because there's like nothing else for me to do. So yeah, that's about it. Like, I just don't really do anything else. I'm just here, like, if people need my help, then I help them. If they, you know, like, as in members, if they need my help, then I just assist them. That's about it. It's like, there's literally nothing to do until an update comes, right? That's why you always see viewership numbers will always dip, not just because school starts and stuff, but because, like, there's nothing for people to do. So many of the people that I know, right, they'll play 1 to 2 months and then they quit the game, and then they come back. Oh, sure, France, no problem. Hang on, you know what? Let's open voice. Do you want a voice today? Cause like there's nothing on today. Like it's super chill. Like, I literally have nothing to do. So do you wanna come on voice, or are you like, if you feel too unwell today, like, Because I know you were telling me you were not so well. Like, you don't want to? That's completely okay. Because I'm just offering. Because today is one of those chill days where there's like nothing. We're just shooting the shit. You let me know, yeah? I'll just sit here for a minute. And thanks, but I mean, like, look, I love the people, Ivan, you know, Feels Gaming. I love the people. There is never a situation where I'll never love the people. Okay, so you're in the server, right? Yeah, I'm just going there. Hey, Franz, what's up, man?
Hola.
That, you might want to repeat that. I did not understand that. Ahola?
Oh, no, as like the stutter, and then hola.
Hola. Okay. Well, Eric, what would I want to see in this game if I were a dev? Well, I'm actually not going to talk about that because there are plans in the works that, you know, I would not want to reveal. But let's just say that there are a lot of changes that I and several others would love to see to this game because it is a game with huge potential, but it's not fully utilizing that potential. I would say that much. By the way, Franz, what do you need done?
Not really anything as of right now. Right now, I'm just kind of playing around. I just finished the Agris escalation, and so I'm playing around with the like a Terra build that I kind of put together, just like figuring out how different stuff kind of works. So any play that you need to do or are trying to do,
I don't have anything to do either. Like, what level are you?
20. Do you want me to reforge all the way down to like 6, and it could give us something to do?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Alright.
I'll reforge my chain blades, run with you. I'll build something weird.
Oh yeah, wonky. Today's Mad Hatter Day.
Yeah, that is true, Feels Gaming. You need to be level 20 because if you aren't at least escalation level 20, you will not be very useful. So Ghoul, we already branch out, buddy. Like, I create a lot of Dauntless content, but in case you didn't know, I'm a rapper. I do music as well. We're playing Pokemon Unite on Twitch, so you gotta be on my Twitch if you want to see that. Robert Smith, Honored Robot. In fact, let me give y'all a preview of how I rap, alright? Y'all want it? Here we go. This one goes out to Robert Smith. We about to drop that freestyle, because you know it. You know it, Robert Smith. This one goes out to you. You ready? Yo, this one goes out to Robert Smith. Yeah, we gonna freestyle. Welcome to the honored membership. If you want something done, you just gotta say it. Get those members in, yeah. Got that gas in my trunk, and this ghoul is laughing right now, but you're gonna realize that my stuff is what gets those teens drunk, yeah. Robert Smith, welcome to the family. It's been a long time coming, but now you're one of us finally, and we appreciate that. Welcome to the real community. I appreciate every single one of y'all that are keeping me alive. Y'all give me that immunity to hatred, cause what can the haters do when I'm alive every single day? Cause of every single one of you, yeah. Those who haven't checked out my music, y'all gotta hear that shit. You know that I'm good with the rap god, cause I keep it lit. Every time I'm on the mic, everybody's like, holy shit, I didn't know the Asian man could rap like this. Whole damn, how the hell he gonna keep it so lit every day on the mic? Well, I just do this shit every night, and I rhyme and practice it every single day. So do not rap against me if you do not know how to sway your lingo and your language like a lyricist. I've got this puzzle piece in my mind. That's what I do every single time, and so many people out there, they try to copy my swagger, but I call them laggers. See, I was the original rapping streamer. Everybody else, there's copycats. They just wanna be cool and act cool. They even got an album out. may be a little underground scene, but I already released my first album and you're seeing it right now on my YouTube channel. Got a whole playlist for that man on fire shit, so you got to play that stuff every single day. We keep it fire, and Robert Smith there, he's going so lit in the chat with those Armstrongs. If you want to join for leveling, just let me know, cause I'm about to take France and we gonna turn behemoths into a light show. Lester, what's up? Welcome to the channel. You know that we don't stop. I've got one more minute, so I guess I'm gonna have to go and do something. Guess I'm gonna spin it, so here we go. There's so many people out there, yet I thank you all for being here. You could have chosen any other entertainer, but you prefer me, and that lights my heart on fire. So I gotta say thank you to every single one of y'all for lighting this fire. Thank you, everybody. All right, so give me like 2 shakes. Sorry, friends, repeat that.
I said I like your freestyles. It was kind of funny though, because I can't hear the beat from Discord, so it did kind of sound like freestyle without a beat.
Yeah, that's you know what's funny? Zach said the exact same thing the time he was on voice with me and I was freestyling. He's like, and he was like surprised, like, hey, you can actually keep beat. I was like, yes, yes. What else am I supposed to do? It's like sit there and not keep a beat. Like, damn, bro. All right. Thank you, Theory. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoy the rest of my music too. It's available on YouTube. Me and France are now just gonna go bum around and destroy behemoths because we can. I'll take us to Ulrich's Peak just like for some speed. And Kiyoshi Deadshot, you hate these midterms? Dude, man. You passed out in school? Bro, you studying a bit too hard for midterms, bro. You know, I mean, studying is important and school is important, but don't study till you pass out. Here's the thing, right? I come from a very traditional Asian household, so you know, as stereotypical as it is, my mom was like, "Why did you not get 99?" My mom being Indian, yeah, so she doesn't actually talk like this, but I give her this accent every single time. She goes like, so I would tell her, "Mom, I got 90," and she'd be like, "Why not 99? Where did you make the other 10 mistakes, huh? Son, have I raised you to be such a stupid boy?" You know. But like the thing is, oh damn, you failed 3 times. Okay, you gotta study hard. Get a tutor. Tutors, good tutors, find and like, okay, I don't mean this in a racial sense, but I'm just telling this because I'm honestly proud of these people. Get yourself either an Indian or an Asian tutor, but don't get the ones like from who can't speak English. Please get the ones that can speak English. And like, if you get them to I'm legit serious. Like, some of them can't speak English, but oh, you're too poor. Shit. Oh, I'd help you if I could, but I've been out of school for ages. So I'm not very good at tutoring anymore. I tutor people in video games, but I think one of the other things is that you may also like need to relax a bit more. The thing is, like, if you focus up on school and listen to what the teachers say, usually you'll be all right. So try not to let that, like, how should I say it? One of the biggest problems for students is that they actually do poorly because of nerves, and like they become so nervous that they forget information. Like that was something that I don't know if it will help you, but that was something that actually legit happened to a close friend of mine. Like, they were actually like smart, but like they did poorly in exams because when they went in, their anxiety was so high that they basically forgot all the necessary information. So you can try to relax more if you can, and hopefully that'll help you. Try to get proper sleep, relax more, and like, you know, prepare in advance. Don't leave it to the last minute. You know, if you know that you're not so good at studying, study consistently. That's the biggest advice that I can give you, you know?
Do you want to hear a horror story?
Tell me.
So in America we have a test that you have to take. It's the ACT, right?
Yeah, I know about that.
And I had been studying for the ACT for quite a while. Like, I had done Kumon since I was little. I don't know if you know what Kumon is, but
nope.
It's like I think it was started in maybe, I can't remember where it was started, but it's like an Asian tutoring thing.
Sounds like it. Okay, yeah.
And so I had been studying my ass off to get a good grade. Like, I had been studying hardcore. And everything went wrong. It went so bad. So the night before the ACT, I went to sleep early, and we got hit with one of the biggest tornadoes in the Mid-South area. I think like 50 people died across the U.S. Mid-South area. And I could not go to sleep. I got a total of 3 hours of just sporadic restless sleep, and I have ADHD as well. And that morning I ran out of medication, so I had to do like one of the biggest 5-hour standardized test sessions with no ADHD meds and 3 hours of sporadic sleep, and it was just horrible.
Did you pass?
I did fairly well considering the circumstances. I took it again and I got way better, but with all of those circumstances, I got a 26 out of 36, that's not ideal, but I'm proud of how I did considering the circumstances.
36 out of 36 doesn't sound too bad, but I mean, I don't know what that stuff is, but yeah. Freak tornado, huh? I'm glad I live in a place with literally no disasters. We just sort of chill over here. And give me a second.
Oh yeah, Robert Smith knows.
I see. Okay, to where the
I have a question for you. At RealAsianRobot, do you know how the damage mechanic for the the Boreas works? When he goes into his ice state, what is how is the damage reduced by? Is it does he just get a whole percentile damage decrease, or is it a raw?
I think it seems to be a percentile, my dude. Hey, Macy.
Okay.
It's only 12 for you. Well, make sure you guys all get proper sleep. But yeah, I think it's a percentile as far as I know. All I know is I just smash it. Because for me, the Boreas' ice mechanic is I mean, once you get to sort of my stage, you just don't bother with it because you usually have enough damage stacked up to just blast your way through it. So that's what I do.
Yeah.
But I guess in trials, but then again, you'd have a way to blast through in trials too, because you'd have potions. Hey, Mercer, what's up? And Thalson says, hey, no problem, man. If you know a good wound or funny pike build, have you not tried my wounding pike build, or have you not seen it? If you haven't seen it, I'll get you the link right after this, Shrike, buddy. Because that is actually it's not a meme build. It's actually extremely viable, and you might want to try it. It's one of the strongest wounding builds ever made. In fact, I think it actually outclasses the old wounding build. Just give me a second. And wounding pike, bada bing, bada boom. Here it is. This is the video. I think you may have missed this 1000, so if you really want it, this is the best way to do wounding right now. It kills so very fast, and you can see that in the video itself. All I can say is wield that, have fun, and destroy the souls of small children. Or something like that, you know. Pikes are amazing, except for the poke combo feeling clunky as fuck. No, you just gotta get used to it. Once you're used to it, right, it's actually really simple to unleash. In fact, I actually enjoy unleashing it. We're going for the Drask. It's over here. Hey, no problem, Thalson. Always happy to help. It's my job. And if any members wish to join us, we're about level, as in by the end of this, I should be around level 5, 6-ish. We can pick you up and just run you through stuff, because if you got the green name and you need stuff done, I have nothing better to do. I legit have nothing better to do. Oh, I gotta text my wife soon. After this Drask. Give me uno momento. Whack, whack, whack. You are welcome, Delson. You are welcome. And I don't know why I did that with no momentum. Lol. The scaling only affects the behemoth hit points. Yes, that's right. It does not affect their damage. Or if it does, it's to an extent that I've never noticed it affecting their damage.
I like that barbarian set. Goes hard.
Yep. Excuse. they testing? Where is my government testing alerts like right now, bruh? One of my Thrax striker builds, that might be the old one, because Thrax has not been very viable for a long time. But, I mean, I guess I could make it viable if I really wanted to. I'm just lazy as shit. Thank you, I'm very blessed to have you all here with me. See, don't you love me? I'm so good with that kind of stuff. Maximum love. Alright, all the way across to the Boreas the Horius.
The new Dr. Seuss book, Boreas the Horius.
Oh god, that would be the most terrifying book ever. I love it. I'd buy the shit out of that. Alright, Sleep
Dude,
well. Rift Axe has not been the best bond for a very long time, my dude. You gotta look at like my new builds, man. Look at only the stuff from 1.80 onwards. There are so many good bonds, but Rift is really not one of them. In fact, if I was talking about good bonds, right, Rift would be on the opposite side of good. Here's good bonds, all right, on this side of the map, and then there's all the way outside my house and straight through all the way to Malaysia. That's where Rift bonds are. That's how bad they are.
Don't Rift bonds stack like pretty decently with Berserker though?
They do.
Like on a weapon?
The only problem is that it depends on the weapon, because like on the axe you can barely get it to stack, which is the issue, and you don't keep the stacks for very long. Like on the chain blades it works, but then like why would I, like for example, if I'm going flawless with the chain blades, right? Why would I not use Hellion so I could time it with Pulse and just do some insane shenanigans, or with Rezakiri, you see? So like it's just that there are better choices. Also, it comes with Assassin's Frenzy, which is great on like normal basic hunts, but it fails at like higher level stuff when you're not part breaking as often. So yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
So it's only good at like the low level stuff. So it becomes like this early game kind of thing, and there's just everything is just like more efficient in it. So that is the only issue. Like you see how fast we're literally monster mashing the shit out of these guys. So
when I realized just how much I had to dodge cancel with the axe, I opted out of my my Riftstalker bond, and I just started using Revenant with Shroud bond.
You nerd! Why aren't you building my Revenant axe? You nerd! You do realize that that'd be like...
I do use your Frostwolf Revenant,
yes.
But I was talking like for the Umbral axe in case I ever run into some Radiant Biachayas.
Yeah, the fact that you actually prepare for that makes you an extra nerd.
Bro, I like to think of myself like Batman. Come on, why you gotta make it weird?
Because that is like, there's nerdy, and then there's you on like 300 levels higher. You know, it's like nobody's that nerdy as to prepare for in case of a Radiant Behemoth. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Just one build everything. Do you ever see me change?
Bro,
no, right?
I have a whole almanac. I have a manual, you know?
Sure.
Like precautionary measures.
Sure. Okay, I'm gonna let you do that, Batman.
All my builds are moddable and customizable with plug-in and plug-out cells just for the right scenario.
Where am I from, Eric? Singapore. It's afternoon right now. And the lights are not on here. Damn it, I gotta turn on the lights. Protect my body. I knew something was missing.
I will be your
Okay, I'm back.
your,
It's all good.
your loyal protector. Oh my gosh, I do so good at my job.
Yes, totally. Best job. Good night, Ivan and Chahil. You watching a video of me fighting Phalanx? Yeah, the Phalanx UE is the most trash UE in the whole game. There are bad UEs and then there's Phalanx. Because it
Activate
triggers.
on dodge.
Yeah.
What kind of shit is activate on dodge?
Like whoever thought of the Phalanx UE needs to like, you know that meme where they just throw the guy out of the office. That's exactly what I envision every time I see that.
I don't understand the thought process.
And theory.
Like, that's what I want to know.
Oh, sorry. Theory. When it comes to best weapon, right, my advice to every Slayer is always don't worry about what is the best weapon, because the best weapon is the one that's right for you. Everything is viable right now. So if, for example, if you're best with a hammer, then that's the best weapon for you. Because even if I tell you, see, here's the logic. Even if I tell you Oh, chain blades are the best weapon, but that's the best for me. What if you can't use chain blades well? Then it's gonna be shit in your hands, and then you're gonna have a shit time. So that's why I never tell people, oh, best weapon this, best weapon that, because only stupid people, you know, no offense intended, but only morons will literally like, oh, here's the best weapon, you guys should all be using this. Well, I tell those content creators they can fuck themselves in the ass with a gigantic dragon dildo, because they know nothing about gameplay, okay? Alright, you're talking to the kind of guy that picked up Pokemon Unite 4 days ago, and I'm already expert rank, probably going for veteran soon. So, I know my video games, and one thing I'll tell you is that Dauntless is the kind of game whereby, like, if you're good with a particular weapon, that's the best weapon for you. Don't even worry about metas and all that kind of stuff.
And there's
Also,
only one way you
friends,
can...
am I hearing...
go ahead,
oh, your birds. I was like, what the hell am I hearing on your end? I'm hearing your birds.
Yeah, I'm just sorry. My 5 babies woke up. They're really close to me right now.
Yeah. I was like, what am I hearing? Birds. Slow bro, wait, you get Aether Hearts from reforging. So if you reforge your equipment, that means you go to level 20 and you reforge it with 100 Aether Sparks, you'll get an Aether Heart to power surge your equipment. In fact, you should look at my guide called Everything About Reforging. Okay? So I hope that helps you. Jackson, good to see you. And Eric, yeah, Mercer already answered your question, but yes, bonds are only on legendary weapons. So on a legendary weapon, like so, you'll see that here there's a bond Inferno Fangs, and I can put any of the other, like for example, this is the fire legendary, right? I can put in any other fire weapon and it will have those properties like the UE and the perk. So if I put in like Inferno's Fangs, I have Overpower and the Hellions ability. Yeah. Okay. Axe is a very strong weapon, but like it's not the best weapon. Like you talk about trials, some of the fastest timings are on Aether Strikers. So that means Aether Strikers are the best weapons. What metric are you measuring it on? You see, that's why Theory, don't listen to anybody else. You don't need to even watch their stuff. You don't need to look at them because they don't know shit. Everyone here in this chat can verify for you the fact that the only one who actually talks proper information, right here. And that's not me being arrogant. That's not me trying to talk down to anyone else. Ask the people here. Has anyone given proper information other than me? Go ahead.
Yeah, it's also like really circumspect, because you could just say raw damage and then you could be like, technically it's the hammer or the war pike, but then you'd be ignoring the fact that the hammer is slow and the axe with overcharged cylinder is also really good. And then you'd be ignoring potential combinations of savagery with chain blades because how much wound damage they do now. So it's like, it's just kind of weird to compare it because it's like it changes based on play style, and if your play style fits it, then they're all like really, really solidly powerful.
Yep. In fact, for example, like the wounding pike is a playstyle that ever since the nerf, a lot of people dropped it, but I actually made it viable again, but not with savagery. I used it with relentless, which created a whole new vibe to it, you know, and a lot of people have really enjoyed that. And then when it comes to the sword, Avenging Overdrive Flawless is really good. There's also the Tempest Disciplined Savate Sword, the Disciplined Savate Sword, which is a whole nother can of worms. So it really just depends on your playstyle, and a lot of ways can be viable because the Disciplined Savate Sword has one of the fastest kill times in the game. You can literally see how fast we wipe out shit. In fact, right now, playing a flawless build with the chain blades, I'm completely wiping out behemoths. So you're seeing how fast our kill times are. I'm not even using any consumables, so you know, it's really just down to you and your playstyle and how good you are with the weapon, you know? And of course build helps as well, but build is like 50%. Your skill is the other 50%. You know, it's kind of like that 4 minus songs. 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated. Don't listen to other content creators because they're shit. I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. No, I totally did.
I think that was Power of Will, actually.
No, it's other content creators are shit. That's my song now. But ladies and gents, yeah, that's how we do it. Honestly, a lot of them don't know what they're doing, so that's why I have to like correct a lot of the wrong ideas.
When you encounter like builds to it, it also like makes it even more so there is no best weapon, because like Koshai as a bond is almost exclusively good on axe.
Yes, because that's how you reach those like 50k throws, 40k throws. Search on my channel, Theory. You can find plenty of striker builds. Look for the ones after patch 1.80. I recommend the discipline striker build, which I released a couple weeks ago. I might release a flawless build for strikers soon. I also owe a revenant striker build, but I'm lazy. But yeah, you can just use the builds on my channel to do whatever you want. They're all there for you. Remember the name, the one and only Asian robot. Yep. And we shall make the world remember us. And Night Ranger, birds. I know, right? Holy birds.
Dude, I have too many birds. I'm about to have more.
They're chirping right now.
Yeah, they've gotten a little quiet because I put a towel over their cage, so they'll be going to sleep soon. But I've got 2 zebra finches. I've got like 5 parakeets, and pretty soon I want to get some canaries because I just think they sound really pretty. It's a hassle though, keeping them from fighting each other. Such little assholes, bro. No one will tell you this about birds, but they are little pieces of shit.
Nice, Jackson. That's something you should do. And hey, man, if they're a little piece of shit, as long as you enjoy their company, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, you can try out whatever you want, Jackson. You know, do the experimentation yourself, because like I said, it's very difficult for me to convince people that like my stuff is optimized, because at the end of the day, you know, like how do you tell people that you've literally tried everything viable? But yeah, experiment for yourself and then return to the pathway when you're ready. We'll see you right back here with robot builds and only robot builds. Because if you use the right stuff, these are your kill times. Whee! Bada bing, bada boom. Next.
Bro,
yes.
Overcharged cylinder
Rest
with
well,
axe,
Kyoshi.
with Koshai, with energized is such a mean, brutal combination.
Yes, because that is exactly the build I posted.
I haven't seen that one, but I did see the Relentless Pike build that you posted a little while ago. I love that one. I incorporated that into one of my own pikes.
You nerd. Imagine being a heretic like you. But no, that's the best axe build from 1.80. Basically, that was pre 1.80. That was what everybody used anyway. And even after 1.80 came out, everybody just went back to that anyway because that was still the best. So
yeah, I love it. I'm having a lot of fun with it right now.
okay, we're off for that level 10 Nezaga, so we can get max XP. Be using a spin sword build. That's pretty fun. Okay, the fact that you didn't use mine, Jackson. Execute this man. Kill this man for not using an Asian robot build. This is heresy. This is heresy. You know, the church will not tolerate those that dare deviate from the prescribed norms.
You know how you know how in economics class they taught you that like Marxists think that history is defined by conflict between like class structures?
Yeah.
I feel like the history of this stream is just solely defined by you trying to convince people just use my builds, bro. I promise you, they are literally the best, and the people are like, I think I have, you know what I mean?
I know. But then they are, and then they come back anyway. I'm like, didn't I tell you in the first place? Jesus Christ, you could have saved yourself a lot of heartache.
That's how it is for me. I usually end up just seeing that yours are better, but I personally value the experience, like the trial and error on my part, because it gives me more time to stretch out over Dauntless.
That's okay, and at the same time, you know, it just helps you like test it for yourself. In fact, you know, Night Ranger last night when we were all talking, one of the things that I always tell people is test it for yourself, because you know, as much as I joke about, you know, church robot, ooh, you know, everybody got to use robot builds. It's just what I joke about as part of my show. At the end of the day, what I always encourage is scientific testing, because who knows? Yeah, sure, my build is the most optimized in general, but what if you have a playstyle so different to mine that something else is better for you? Then in that case, I would be doing you a disservice by recommending my builds. But at the same time, you know, you got to check. You got to test for yourself. So at the end of the day, what I actually encourage people to do is test for yourself, see for yourself. If mine are better for you, go ahead and use them. If you find that yours suits you better, please use your own. You know, because there's nothing that I can do to make it better, since mine has already been optimized to my knowledge. But then, like I said, you may have something so different about you that changes it.
Well, I will say... Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead first, yeah. Birdman.
Well, I was going to say, like, every single time that I usually go about that little journey of experimentation and whatnot, for anyone who's listening on the stream, 99.999% of the time, your builds are like have the best damage output and stuff like that.
Yeah, because birds are dicks. I know, right? But that's okay. They're like I feel like the birds are literally like every time he talks, right? The birds also chirp, so like it's enhancing. It's like he sounds like he's literally in this atrium. So now his new title is Birdman. So we're gonna call you Harvey Birdman.
I am the Lorax. I speak for the birds.
Sure, let's go with that. Doing all right, Dudo. How about you? You doing okay? Oh, look. In fact, there's a bird we can kill in the game right now. But
no,
Eric, every single time a patch comes, there, like it depends on how heavy the changes are. 1.84 shook up a lot of things because 1.84 was a major patch where they buffed and nerfed a lot of stuff. But you know, in a way, it was also good because it sort of made every single weapon viable. Now every single weapon is good in its own way, which I kind of really like. I kind of really like that feeling, you know, because when every single weapon is viable, you know, you get a whole different can of opportunities as compared to what you would normally deal with, you know. So that I like. What I will also say though is that Dauntless is like, it depends. Some patches the game can change a lot. Some patches they don't change much. But I know that they have, like, in order for them to survive, they have to keep changing. So do look out for my, because I always, if there is a patch, I'll always cover it. I always say like, okay, what's going on? What's going down? You know, what's going to happen? You know, why did I not get cookies today? Why did you not buy me cookies? You know, this sort of thing. I cover all that in the patch notes. Okay. Come on, beard boy.
yeah.
Oh, nice.
That was a beautiful number right there. Big round orange 27k. Ow.
Where's the island event? Why is it taking so long to spawn? I feel like we've been in like purgatory, but actually it's been like only like 10 minutes.
Yeah, from what I've read, island events are supposed to be here every single 10 minutes.
No, it's about 10 to 15 actually. Depends.
Oh, is it 10 to 15?
Yeah, because sometimes it spawns on 15. But like, I think we're just killing so fast that it feels like we've been here for a longer time.
We're just that good.
We? No. I'm just that good.
You saw that 27k, bro.
Yeah, let me think about that. Nah, I'm just that good.
I like to go with a solid we. I contributed.
I choose to pretend you didn't so that I can feel like more of a dictator.
Supreme Chairman Robot.
Yes. Of the Robot Nation Communist Party. I watch everybody and everything, even people in the shower.
You know, in like, I've heard this from a couple, in like North Korea, apparently, they think that like, Kim Jong, I don't know if like it's like the state religion that they follow, but they think Kim Jong-un has never pooped nor peed and is like a divine entity.
It would not surprise me if that was true. Now, of course, I would love to hear the opinion of somebody from North Korea, but that would be impossible. Anyway, this hunting ground, like, we've advanced so far. Should we just move on? So I don't really,
it doesn't bother me.
Yeah, I don't really need the Aether Sparks anyway. You got enough of that. Off we go! Oh, shit. Well.
Do you want to both cancel it?
Yeah, we can cancel it.
Or we can reparty,
Yeah. Cause... What the hell?
That was, I choose to believe that a developer directly made that happen. To spite us.
If it's out of spite, I can believe that. And exactly, Eric. See, that was the problem with a lot of, like, okay, so how meta situations develop is because a lot of players only tended to focus on what does the max damage. And yes, of course, you're looking at a build where you want every single cell slot to be offensive, to deal the best possible damage, to completely destroy creatures. Yes, flawless builds have been around since the dawn of Dauntless, but the problem is that 90% of players are not at that level. So that's why I started designing builds that work for the general public. And that's why there was this schism, because everybody was like, no, it should all be like this way. And I said, you know what, fuck you, I don't give a shit. I will do things whatever the hell way I want, and nobody can say anything because I don't give a damn. And then there we go. So yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people like to control and influence the minds of others. I mean, to an extent, I'm no different. But I advocate for science, testing, mathematics, and proper knowledge, because, you know, if you don't build that for yourself, then I'm doing you a disservice. Anybody who values education, you know, should encourage freedom of thought to the extent that, at the very least, if you're gonna say something's the best, have people test it. No problem, Slow Bro. Always happy to help. Like I said, we're the best channel for Slayers because we genuinely care. We genuinely will tell you, like, look, I may say that my stuff is the best, but, you know, you can prove it for yourself. Exactly, like, you got to experiment, you've got to think, you've got to use your brain. That's what I don't want people to blindly follow a meta because I say it's the best. Test it for yourself, because what if it's not the best for you? Like, you know, boiling down to that point with Predator, even though I use Predator, I still take hits occasionally. PC. I still take hits occasionally. In fact, do you know that even top Trials players take hits? They don't play flawlessly 24/7. It's just that they do like 2 hours worth of runs, and then there'll be that one perfect run, and that gives them a really good timing, and that's how they get those superior times. But they do have skill, and they do put in a lot of effort to actually make that happen, because 2 hours of running Trials where even a single mistake will like have you basically be out of time or having a shittier time, that happens. And they have to dedicate their time to that. You know, it's not easy. It's not something that, you know, just any Tom, Dick, and Harry can accomplish, and that's why they're to be respected. But at the same time, you know, a lot of people try to promote the idea that, oh yeah, you know, I'm great, so I play flawless because I never take a hit. That's bullshit. All right, flawless players take hits all the time, okay? Because nobody is perfect 24/7. If they are, then they're not human. And, you know, maybe they want you to believe that they're God, but they're not God, okay? They're just another man. And that's why I'm gonna tear them apart with my raps, just like any other man out there, because they, you know, hold themselves to this like high standard as if they're the coolest. But no, that's not the case. You know, me, I'm not like that. I'll say, look, I might be good at a video game, but I'm just a man that's good at video games. We're the same. We're human. So whenever I make my builds, I make it for everybody. You know, and of course I do show people how to build flawless as well. But again, I always say, if you're not top 100, please don't do that, because you are just not ready for it, and you will suffer horribly. And I don't want you to suffer. I want you to have a good time. Okay, give me a sec. Yeah, I gotta check on Kaz's text.
Go to sleep. It is 2:51 in the morning. You are chirping. Go to sleep. Shh.
Yep. Meta is cool, but it does get boring after some time, because like you literally have nothing better to do. And what are you gonna do? He's gonna use the meta all day, every day. Like, there's some people that do that. You know, they want to reforge like 15 bajillion 100 times. You know, they want to unleash the weight of the entire world, or something like that. You know, like if they want to do that, that's on them, man. Okay, let me see. We need to go to, and if any of the members want to join us, just let me know, yeah? We need to go to Conundrum Rocks. Let's go.
Conundrum Rocks.
Yeah.
Bro, I've been emailing Dauntless constantly, asking for one thing and one thing only. It's like 100% my, like, 90% of my emails are like, hey, Dauntless, this is glitched. It doesn't work. Why is it when I buy a die, it doesn't work until... So it's a lot of that, but the other is just like, hey, can you please add this one armor set called the Ragnar armor again? Do you know what I'm talking... Have you heard of the Ragnar armor?
Nope.
Bro, like, nobody has it. It was released like a year ago for one secret hunt pass. And
Okay.
it hasn't been added since. It looks like the Frost Warden, but the face... You can actually find it as like a little, one of those little relics on Snowblind Wastes. It's like a half-buried helmet.
Okay.
But it's like the Frost Warden, but the edges are tipped in ice and the face is actually like fully ice. It's so cool.
Nice. Oh, I did hear. I think I roughly remember it, but yeah. Maybe they'll add it. Who knows?
I hope, bro. I haven't emailed Dauntless in like a couple weeks, but they said they might add it soon in like a vault or something like that, so pretty pumped about
I'm
it.
still waiting for their response to like why they haven't addressed the situation of harassment at all. Like we've been waiting a week for a response, still nothing. So me
They
and wifey
won't,
just
'cause
updated.
they're gonna let it blow over.
Yeah, no, they think that's what they think, but no, no. I'll remind everybody that comes because racism is not allowed in any video game. Yeah, listen, theory, it takes time, but it's so worth it. The shadow side skin is beautiful. What's the point of opening the box at the end of events? Previously there was no point, but now it will restore your supply crate. So if you've used your supply crate, right, you open the event box and restore your supply crate so you can use it again. So it can help. Yeah, you get all the items whether you open it or not. So yeah. And I look forward to you enjoying it, Eric. But yeah, you get all the items whether you open it or not. Now the point of opening the crate is just to restore your supply crates. That's about it. That's what they are used for. That's what I use them for. Because you will get the items no matter whether you open it or not. The items are gotten like from the behemoth. Anyway, it's also like just to also show you the overview of everything you earned. But not many people really need that, so. To the Charog!
I have a question.
What's up?
Do you think that Furious Axe Core and Energized both together would end up giving you enough DPS on the axe throw to mitigate for that extra 25%?
Nope, not at all. 25% is hugely valuable. When you get in flawless builds, you realize that just that 25 is such a huge increase that like it would never be worth it, even if you could like charge up your axe super fast. That's the only downside. You can try it for yourself, but I found it lackluster, so I didn't follow through any further with that.
That's fair.
But no, do try it for yourself, because who knows, you might be the first one to make it viable. For me, it didn't do it. Yeah.
I'll be a
serious.
revolutionary.
You might be. You never know. Who's to say? Smack. Drunken Kung Fu. Okay, 2 of the Valamir. Ew, a random Russian chatbot. Sup, Eric? You've been having questions all night. Come, ask away. Cells in Lady Luck's Trasta, do they need to be purchased multiple times if you want to use the same cell twice? Yes, you need to buy 2 copies of the Berserker cell. So all the cells in there, buy 2 copies. So that's basically one week's worth of work for each set. You always want to have a full set, because if you don't have 2, like you'll be stuck only using 1. So yeah. Yeah. Twice in a build, you have to buy 2 of them. But like I said, that's 1 week's worth of work. So you can decide on the priority of what you need. Usually the first thing people buy with their first 300 steel marks is 2 Berserker cells. Then they work on Discipline next, because it's used in a lot. Then after that, they get whatever specific weapon mods they do. So it takes about 5 weeks. So that's already like a month and a half of play. It does take time, but I promise you it's worth it.
The first thing I got was Reckless Leap because I just kept watching your Pike videos.
Well, this guy's a heretic. Don't listen to him. How dare you not follow the exact pathway set up by the glorious church.
My apologies. It'll never happen again.
Sure it won't. And then 2 seconds later, hey, I got this other build.
Have you heard of my Medic Cascade Tengar build?
No. No, stop spreading your heresy. Are you still running that Cascade stuff? No, right? I haven't seen
only
you.
on,
I haven't
like,
seen you pop those Skittles in a while.
Yeah, only on maybe 2 builds. Like, one of my, I think I have 1 build where I just like to keep swinging with the I think maybe on 1 wizard build I have it. Maybe. But no, not too much anymore. 'Cause I just don't have a need for it anymore. Because, like, the only reason I did use it a whole bunch was, like, the extra 100 shield, and then the chance for invincibility.
I see.
But a lot of my builds, because a lot of the ones I like that you do are adrenaline-based, and so if I accidentally use those yellow stamina orbs, it just really messes me over for a certain
Exactly. That's why I don't use them, because for those, adrenaline is too necessary. And happy to help you guys with the information. Mercer, you want to see them at the Wild Hunt set again? Maybe, yeah. But it's like quite a recent set, so they probably won't add it anytime soon. And yeah, Eric, the general pathway is always 2 Berserk Stalls first, then Discipline, because it can be used in multiple builds, and then finally all the other weapon mods and stuff that you need. But don't worry, you'll get it all done. You'll get it all done like a nerd. And then you'll wonder why did I spend so much time on this? And then you'll play the build and remember, oh yeah, this is why. Because now I feel like a rap god.
That's an awfully hot coffee pot.
Did you burn yourself?
Yeah.
You poor man. So what's actually like wrong with you today? Like, you don't tell me you got the vid.
No, I don't have the vid. It's just
One of
there's
them
just
days.
some stuff happening in my it's one of those days. There's just some stuff happening in my life, and I'm
Listen, man, that's totally okay. Like, because my wife suffers and lives with depression, so I completely understand. Like, when she has those times, you know, I'm just there for her. Like, she doesn't want to hang out, that's totally cool. You know, I'm not gonna pressure her into that. Like, so that's why, like, I am very, very in touch with that experience. You know. So
Yeah.
I completely understand. Like, some days you just don't feel like it, or some days you just, you know, just want to chill. It's like that, man. I do be like that. If this wasn't my job, I probably wouldn't stream every day. I'd probably take more rest days, but I cannot afford that, so I refuse to rest anyway. But anyway, I love y'all, so it doesn't matter.
Don't worry. I'll help you out whenever I can. You know what I mean?
Nah, I'm okay. I'm like, yeah, I mean, like, I appreciate that, but also, like, it's not to the point where, like, I'm not okay, so I'm very relaxed. Like,
Yeah.
at any point, like, the thing about life is that at any point in time, you know, when you are still relatively young, like, it's because I'm only older because I did this as a career switch. Otherwise, I would have started this a lot younger. But like, when you find your passion, you're gonna have to work for it, and that's something you gotta understand. And considering I've only been doing this for like this thing super seriously for 6 months, like, you know, there's no excuse for getting burned out early. Of course, the billionaires and stuff like that, they all lie to you about, oh, you have to work X number of hours. All of them had old money, all right? And I never had no old money. But what I will tell you is that hard work does make it possible for you to get, you know, where you need to go. But it is going to be a tough journey, and you do have to prepare for that. Like, I guesstimate that, like, for the first 3 years of doing this business, there will be no time for true rest or stuff like that, because you just have to keep going. You cannot slow down the momentum in your first 3 years of running any business. All right, that is something I'll tell everyone. This is a hard and fast rule, which there's a lot of studies on it, but roughly, you know, like, you can go and look them up if you want to, but roughly it's 3 years. So, you know, like, a lot of people get, but however, burnout periods, right, is getting shorter and shorter for, oh, look, a Rachel Nasher, are getting shorter and shorter for the current generation, because our current generation is overloaded with sensory stimuli, so burnout happens a lot faster, actually. I think somebody also did a study on that, and they said that burnout for our current generation of people in their 20s is about 1.5 years based on the amount of sensory stimuli that we have in our lives, and you know the amount of basically put it simply, the amount of shit that we go through. So because of that, burnout is within 1.5 years. So you really have to push through it. In fact, burnout periods are getting shorter to the point that they guesstimate it's going to be like about a year for burnout, and that's actually pretty bad. In fact, you know, I can sort of foresee that happening. So, you know, just make sure you pace yourselves, but be prepared to work hard and be in stuff for the long haul. You really want to succeed, be in it for the long haul. And you thought Berserker was a finesse cell? Lol. Yeah, that's old stuff.
Do you think that that's like proportionate at all to like life getting easier and attention spans decreasing?
I would say the relationship is actually opposite. Attention spans decrease because there's so much stimuli. We are just so used to being stimulated consistently in a more instantaneous manner. For example, back in the old days, you had to sit down and read a book, and that would take up hours, but you know, you'd be using your brain on that one task. Now it's like I can be on my phone for 5 minutes, and you know, like, oh, somebody texts me, and I'm on my phone again, then I'm on my game for like another 10 minutes, which is why you'll notice that competitive matches in video games are also tending towards shorter stuff. Dota, which used to be so popular in my youth, which was like 1 hour long matches, now like there are people who hardcore play it, but that they make a business out of it, or you know, like they have their dedicated fan base, but the majority of people prefer the faster paced mobile MOBAs like League of Legends Wild Rift or Pokemon Unite, where it's like hard and fast 10 minutes. There are even quick matches that are 5 minutes, you know, stuff like that. People prefer that because they realize that there is just too much to do in a day, and you don't have the, you know, ability to just sit down, you know, whereas the older generation, they still do like crafts, knitting, painting, things like that, because they don't overload themselves, whereas I do, or you and I might do, you see. So that is the reason why burnouts happen faster, because we're just constantly overloading to the point that our brain never has, it's like our brain is just being forcefully made to open multiple applications, and it doesn't ever get to close all apps, which is why insomnia is on the rise these days, and more people suffer from it, especially young people. Also, hey, Island event.
My girlfriend has issues with insomnia and stuff like that, but
Understandable.
that's why I usually I have a very big library, and so usually I'll just take out like a book or whatnot, and I'll read her to sleep, and that usually seems to work pretty well if she does it with a melatonin or something.
Mm-hmm. That is good. That's good. And sorry, I think I missed that. Eric, what are my thoughts on Tempest? I have several Tempest builds. When it was initially released, Tempest was a shitfest. But that's because it didn't really have good combinations. Now, with several of the changes and patches, there are actually some viable combinations. And it can actually be utilized well. So if you are into it, just know that it does have its place right now. And I've got several builds out which you can try out, which have viable Tempest leanings, I would say. One of them is the Tempest Savate hammer, as well as the Tempest Charog hammer, which is very, very good, because the hammer is such a slow weapon that compensating for it with the Tempest, and of course the 10 reforges on the Aether Strikers, gives you a very good and very viable attack speed on the hammer, which then in turn helps you really, really run a very, very unique and powerful hammer build, which some of you might be interested in seeing. You know, it's just good. That's not to say that disciplined hammers don't work. It's just that they're slower and you have to get used to them. And they feature more on like the Molten Edict, which doesn't prime stuff because you're using the anti-clip. Okay, sorry, I just saw this big ass Valamir here that's like also level 13, so it's good for our levels. We kill it and then we move on back to Rom's Gate.
Back to Rom's Gate.
Yes. Back to the Gate of Ramming.
Okay.
That's what it is, man. Gate of Ramming. Ram's Gate.
Home of the valiant Ramsguard.
Yes.
Protectors of the Dauntless Discord.
Yes, yes. We have other names for them. Not so pleasant ones, but it's all good. defenders of things that I shall not mention. No problem, Eric.
Sorry, I had a cough. Sorry.
Yep. It's okay. Completely understand that, buddy. But, you know, like I said, when they go low, we go high, man. I'm just gonna keep the issue alive and make sure people know that the developers, you know, to an extent support racism, and we do not want that. We will make sure to keep this place clean, for real, for the people. And that's why, ladies and gents, I no longer encourage spending on Dauntless. The only thing worth buying is the Hunt Pass. Other than that, you probably shouldn't spend on the game because, yeah, they do not have very good policies in place right now. I'm still waiting for an answer from them on why they allowed what happened to happen, but we shall see. Okay, now I'm going to, just for the sake of boredom, put on the Molten Edict for shits and giggles. What's up, Eddie?
Gits and shiggles.
Yeah, mostly because I want to mess around for the giggles and shits. Blah, 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 checking this. Okay, checking.
You know what's kind of weird?
Mm.
The claim that English isn't his first language is like, that is very much a linguistic and sociological claim, and there's no evidence to suggest that non-native English speakers solely identify people based off their race given an online username.
I know.
And so it's really weird that they decided to include that at all, because there's no evidence behind it, and it's solely excusatory, and it's baselessly excusatory.
Mm-hmm. Exactly the problem. But oh well. It is what it is, right? Is there a video for the build I'm using right now? Technically, no. Technically, no. But the reason why there isn't one of those is because I am like what these are is that okay, well actually there is. I refer you to my flawless example build because what these builds are not unique or specialized Asian robot builds. No, these are just general flawless builds. And so here you go, Wolf. You can refer to that. What a flawless build is, just for the sake of everybody in chat right now, to explain it, it's basically a build whereby you shove every single piece of offense into a build and you literally just let that run. That is basically all that it is and all that it does. So why flawless builds are often used is because they, in general, have the highest possible offense, and that is why people utilize them. But when it comes down to it, a lot of people also don't have the necessary skill level to completely utilize them without dying. So I don't actually recommend these builds to people, which is why it's like I use them because they are some of the fastest for leveling, but I do not recommend them for a lot of people. If you want to build it, you can just shove every single offensive cell into your build and go with it. But I only recommend this if you are a player that is in the top 100. If you can reach the top 100 solo for any weapon, then you are ready for a flawless build for that weapon. I encourage that because it means that you know the ins and outs of the build and you are ready to utilize it properly. Because the one biggest problem is that you build a flawless build but you don't know how to use it, right? You go in and you're just gonna die and you just be a liability to your team. Remember, you do 0 DPS if you're dead, which is why Asian robot builds are built with some defense. They're not very far behind flawless builds, but they are built with some defense included. They may not deal as high damage, but they deal the most balanced offense and defense in the set. Which is why people using them, they feel godly enough to just take on whatever, but they know that if they want to go even harder, flawless is the next step, but that takes a very high skill level. And Eddie, you're working and watching the stream and it's relaxing. Good. I hope you enjoyed, my friend. Yeah.
I have to pop downstairs for 1 second,
Yeah,
so
you go.
I will be AFK, but I'll be back for the event because I'm a grifter.
That's okay. If you get kicked, I'll come pick you up again. I'm just testing out this Molten Edict. I want to see if I can run a flawless hammer.
Alright, I'll be
Mercer
back
only
in
members
10
can join, so you have to be a... I recommend Honored and higher if you can, because cool bots are usually the first to get replaced. But anyone with a green name usually has the right to join as long as you've got a spot open. So yeah, if you're a member in future, you know, you got that green name going on, you can become one of us. You're allowed to join us. But otherwise, ooh, damn. Looks like I'm not that good with a flawless hammer. Shame. Well, I kind of had a feeling I wouldn't be able to do that.
My house was built like 110 years ago, and it's so sad because there are people who sleep in my home, and as I walk downstairs, it's like a freaking thunderstorm.
Yeah, people who sleep in your home, it sounds like, you know what it legit sounds like, right? Like, that's some shining shit, you know? There's people that sleep in my home. Damn, bro.
Don't mention the spirits by name. We'll have a phasmophobia episode in my house.
Can imagine, bro. Okay, I gotta modify this. Flawless with the hammer, definitely a no-go. Well, at least not with the molten edict. I copy dish loadout, and I put dish loadout here. Okay, we're gonna tune this bad boy up. I will start out with some parasitic. And we have the zeal cell here. We will have.
I actually didn't know you played Phasmophobia. I just downloaded it today because some of my friends were pressuring me into downloading it.
I see. So on a scale of 1 to you are a nerd, you are a nerd. I understand this.
You really played it too.
Well, I know, but you are a nerd. I am not. I was just 3 cool, 5 school.
We ran out of cheese sticks, bro. Tragedy today.
Guess you could say you write sins but not tragedies.
Yeah, I don't like to be threatened with a good time.
Fair enough. How you doing, Josh? Okay, I've modified this. Hey, Viera, what's up? No, I didn't complete all challenges because I really don't bother with them, so I'm sorry, man. I really wasn't interested in finishing any of them because I don't really want the title, because I just don't care. But I mean, if you really want to, you have to like, that'll be something you have to do or figure out for yourself. Hey Zach, shave my head? Never. I love my hair.
The secret to enlightenment is no hair.
What? That's a filthy lie. Still no go. Okay. Understandable. Yes, I can. What is your name, Josh? And how dare you ask to be added, huh? What gives you the... What makes you think that I'll even add you? Oh, that makes sense, Eddie. They have a lot of issues, so... Okay, Zach, you absolute weirdo. Just gonna delete that message. You strange
Wait,
man.
What did Zach say?
Ball plus erection. Hey, bro. There's limits, okay, on stream. Like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you? You okay today? Oh, you're a criminal, Potato. Very well. Yes, I can add you. How dare you even ask me to add you? So illegal.
I can't stand criminals, man. Hot take, but criminals belong in jail.
I choose not to further this discussion because it's a hot topic for many. So you shall not speak of it or I'll destroy you all.
Singapore is listening.
No, I'm kidding. There you go. Of course I'll add you. I always add members. Nice. I did hear about it, Zach. Good. Enjoy. Dude said hot take. I poured ice all over that hot take. We are not hot taking that. Okay, so flawless and hammer, not happening. Ever. For the rest of my life.
Bro, look, hammer just does not work well with me, dude. It's so, the swings are so slow.
For me, it's a combination problem. I do not like that I have to combo. That's the only thing I do not like about it. Because,
I love the combos. I just hate how slow it is.
No. That is the problem. You have to finish your combo to get max damage. I'm just not interested in that shit. That shit can go suck a left nut. I'm gonna be Iron Man.
Just the left one?
Just the left one, not the right one.
Yeah, don't be too greedy.
I mean, obviously criminals should go to jail, but like, you know, whether they you know, need to look, prison systems, there's a lot of debate here, there, everywhere. What I believe is irrelevant, I'm not starting that debate, is what I'm doing, because no, refused. Okay, we're going back to Snow Blind Waste. I'm taking my Aether Strikers instead, because I feel like punching stuff. I look forward to you enjoying it, Zach, on Monday. Okay, I want to hear some tunes.
Yeah, he's getting a really, it's like a really high quality blow up doll.
Yeah, go ahead, Masheri. Tell me what your name. Just add RealAsianRobot, and I'll add you. I add all my members. Like, I joke around like, oh, I'm not gonna add you, but obviously I'll add you, because all members are added. And yeah, sorry about interrupting. Yeah, what'd you say?
Oh no, I said, you know, Zach's pretty excited for Monday. He's getting a really high quality. It's like that really good latex. He's getting a blow up doll.
Nice.
Yeah.
That is absolutely awesome. Listen, you need 300 blow up dolls, Zach. Yeah, sure, Josh. If you have anything around level 10, you can just come along after this island. I'll be on for about like another 20-ish minutes. So I'll be, sorry, not 20-ish minutes, another about 45 or so. So yeah, please feel free to, if you wish to join us. We welcome all members.
I found the first container for noodles.
You and your late night ramen. Lol.
My late night, bro. My sleep schedule has been really sodomized.
You actually cannot say the word sodomized.
Oh, wait, can you actually not? I'm so sorry.
Yeah, because I think because I can't remember the actual reason, but like Twitch banned it, and YouTube and Twitch actually have the same word lists that are banned, so you're actually not allowed to say that. That's okay, as long as like it's a first time and I like tell the person, like they usually won't like do anything to the streamer, but like it's only if like somebody like gets offended or reports it or something. Oh yeah, it was to do. I remember it was to do with you know, church cases and stuff like that related to that kind of thing. So yeah, that's why. Now I remember why. But yeah, it became a banned word. Okay, so no problem at all, buddy. Jackson, you have a good sleep, and Josh will pick you up in Ramsgate after the island event. Just shattering a few hopes and dreams of these creatures. Do. Come at me, Rift Boy. There you go.
I need to look at like some kind of a PDF of like lists of words and phrases that are banned because I'm making all the mistakes, bro.
That's okay. Like there isn't really like a big one unless you really want to. Like they themselves, like Twitch themselves doesn't classify it. You just like, you sort of like gain knowledge over time the longer you're in the industry. So like they don't actually have a definitive word list, but like it's like certain things that people can get offended over. Like for example, the R word, you know, R plus 8. You cannot say that anywhere. That one is like one of those that's like insta-ban. Like, and using the word like gay in a derogatory sense would be insta-ban as well.
When you say R word, are we talking about like the slur or the action?
Both. The action, and also the, like, you cannot say the word well, obviously any slur would not be allowed. You cannot use any of like conditions like autism, whatever. You can't like call somebody autistic in a derogatory sense, because that would count as hate speech as well. Because hate speech is a very like wide blanket they can use, so you just have to like be very, very sensitive to all that stuff, especially if you want to keep your channel.
That's fair. Because I know the obvious ones.
Yeah.
Right? I know you shouldn't say, but when it gets into the more nitty gritty, yeah.
Yeah, and you only learn over time. Yes, RealAsianRobot's my exact name in Dauntless. Zach, you're always on my mind, you know it. Professor Lost, what is the best striker build at the time? There is no best build, okay? What I would tell you is that I have several builds on my channel. They're all viable. Try them out and see which one suits you. Because when you talk about best build, right, it really comes down to your playstyle. If you're obviously like a top 100 striker player, then a flawless build could be the best build for you, because that would offer you the best offense and you know how to dodge, parry, everything. If you're not at that level, then my disciplined striker build, but maybe you're pretty skilled with the strikers, disciplined striker build would be best for you. If you're just a beginner to the game, then you want to look at my easy striker build, you see? So it depends on you what is best. Never ever be suckered into like, oh, this is the best build, so then you use it. But if you're shit at the best build, then it's going to be shit. You get what I mean? So never ever be suckered into that idea that, oh, this is the best build, therefore I must use this. Never do that. That is something people tell you only to control you and make sure that you're an idiot, so that you keep coming back to them for their content because you rely on them. What we do here is we teach people that, listen, you try it for yourself, you discover your playstyle for yourself, what do you like to do, and then that becomes the best playstyle for you, and you build around that. Or rather, you use one of my builds that is built around that. That is the ideal for you. Alright, so I hope that information helps. No. Shit, kill this thing.
I always kind of laugh at like the statement best build, because it's always a ratio of damage output, playstyle, and survivability.
Mm-hmm.
And they always almost go by, because theoretically, the best build is like Revenant, no shield, Predator, and just like everything else is all damage cells, but that's just not going to work out.
To an extent, yeah. In fact, actually, that one outputs less than a flawless build, just so you know.
Oh, does it actually? Does Revenant fall off compared to Discipline?
Because flawless has crits. And also the parry.
Oh, yeah. So it affects other attacks. That's fair.
Oh, listen. We always love our daddy, Zach. Thank you for feeding the family, daddy. You want to optimize builds so you don't die so easily? Have you finished an easy Asian robot build, Professor Lost? Have you finished one of my easy builds first? Because if you haven't, then you should start with the easy striker build. If you've already finished one of my easy builds, then I suggest you start with the disciplined striker that I put out, which is very, very good. There's also the Revenant strikers, which are available. Those are very, very good as well. Again, like I said, it comes down to your playstyle, but as long as you've got the right stuff, you should be all right. So if you're searching for an optimized build, yes, you can find all the most optimized builds on this channel, but you will need to ask yourself whether or not you have done your easy build yet. If you haven't done one of my easy builds, then you probably should start with that, because that is be the first thing that will get you strong. Yes, of course you are, Zach. I'm sure you are Thor, the son of Odin. You are Zachary Odinson. Yeah.
I have a question.
What's up?
I'm almost fully maxed with the axe in terms of I only need like maybe 400 more combat merits before I get that last node, which is like the final +5 power.
Yeah, plus 1% power.
No.
Every node is 1%, so the total is 5. Yeah.
No, the very bottom one. The very bottom, the one that alternates between +5 power and then +1% crit chance.
Oh, that one. Okay. Oh man, that's way back. Okay.
Yeah. I'm
call you
considering
what I
what
want,
weapon.
Yeah.
Oh, I was considering which weapon I should alternate
Hey, the
to, and I was
strikers.
considering the strikers. Yeah, that's what I was
Because
gonna.
attack
Do you
speed.
think I could?
Yep. That is usually everybody usually does axe and strikers first because that benefits all other weapons the most. And listen, Zach,
Okay.
I'll tell you Zachary if I want to. Okay, bitch. And Death Snipe, who is Death Snipe? Is that Mashari? Is that your name in the game? Because if it is, then I'll add you. Josh, prepare yourself. In probably about 5 minutes, we'll pick you up. Because the island event should be popping soon. I sense it in my bones. Okay, understood. I'll add you now.
I'll be upstairs in just a second. I have to finish dicing up some egg white for my ramen.
Yeah, you take your time. All good. If that's so, I can skedaddle out of here. You ain't skedaddling anywhere. That's a naughty word. Lol. Lies. You love that word. Hey, thank you, Mashari, for the super chat. I appreciate it. And we do have one more spot after Josh comes in, so if any of the other members want a spot, let me know. Okay, I'm just gonna carry on slaying, and then once the island event is complete, we'll pick you up, Josh. And I'd say, aha, there's the island event triggering now. In fact, while we wait, I'm gonna go to that island event. I'm gonna freestyle because Zach took the stream boss, so. Let me
Oh, is the
drop-
stream boss the person who donates the most money?
No, stream boss is like, for example, like it's Zach now has 2,600 hit points, right? So if somebody tipped like $27, they'd be the stream boss. That's how it works. 1 cent is 1 damage, so it's just how much you damage. Stream boss is whoever you know does the damage and takes it. Yeah, go for it, Mashari. It's good. But you know, if anybody wants to join us, please let us know clearly that you want to join us. I don't know if you're just telling me that you want to use the repeater build, or are you telling me you're joining us? Alright, Zach, I'm gonna do some sad shit, cause you said you want it emotional. So here we go. Here's a really slow one. I'ma hurt you right now with this beat. See, Zach is the kind of guy that gets everything done, but though everybody else in his eyes, they ain't worth none. Cause he just loves the robot and I love him like a son. Although he feeds me, I still call him Daddy Zach, cause he is 3P. Oh, like in Star Wars, you know, he's the guy that follows you around and says, oh my. Nah, I'm just kidding. Ladies and gents, don't we love our Daddy Zach? He was one of the first Prestige members, and he's never turned his back on this community. Even if he doesn't play Dauntless, that's okay. He's still one of us, and maybe someday he will be cool enough to, I don't know, gain some nice lady's trust or something. I don't know. Am I making this sad enough for you? You see, my boy Zach, he recently went through some shit, but I got his back, I promise. Well, okay, well, I sort of promise a little bit here and there, but anyway. You want that slow days beat? Oh, my dear friend, I'm afraid I can't do that because I gotta roll on a freestyle with that boom bap. I gotta do anything that comes to mind because you know that's how I do my rhymes. So, I hope you still enjoy this, brother, because you know I love you deeply. And besides, this one's pretty funky, huh? thank you so much for taking that stream, boss man. It came in clutch, so I gotta show my love back to Zach, and you know he's my brother with the boom bap. He's my brother with the boom bap. Yeah. Thank you very much, my dude. I appreciate you. Also, lol, friends got kicked. That's what you get for making ramen.
Bro, that was a really long kick timer, bro.
Yep. Took it a while to discover, hey, this man's not fighting. Removed.
Actually, I was. They had to just kick me because of how much damage I was doing. They were like, this is a hazard.
Oh, そうですよね。hazard ですか。Understand.
What is that one? お前はもう死んでる。
お前はもう死んでいる yes, but no. I mean, yeah, but also no. Diggy diggy ho, diggy diggy ho.
I'm still not over the fact that you said if you get an Asian or Indian tutor, get one that speaks English.
Yeah, it's true. It's true because like usually they're the best at explaining concepts and stuff. So like, and that's only because of how highly education is valued. But the problem is that they may not speak English. So, because a lot of them, like a lot of the Indian ones, they tutor in Hindi. So, I used to know this guy back in uni. Like, obviously this is in Australia. Like he was really good at the coursework and stuff, but his English wasn't that great. And like he was tutoring this group of other Indian kids, and they all did it in like in Hindi, so nobody else could join in. Yeah, Zach, prestige member for 4 months, baby. Love it. Love it. Thank you very much, you lovely, lovely man.
Hey, one sec.
What's up? What do you wish? Darn. Yes! Zach reclaiming his #1 fan spot. Love it. Thank you for the stickers, my friend. Let me see. I just realized I hadn't turned the music back on. But you know what? Instead of a freestyle, let me do a little cipher here instead. You see, Zach is the kind of guy that no matter how much he goes through, he's always there by the side of his friends, and that's something that I can respect because he's a little bit of the apple of my eye. I still remember when Zach was one of the first people ever to subscribe to this channel and become a member when I first ever dropped that shit, so I remember the name of Zach because he was there when no one else was. He was one of the OGs to enjoy those members only videos because that's the way that we do it here on this channel. So I gotta show my respect for everybody else who watches this while I sit here sometimes wearing a bit of a flannel, but that's okay because that is the kind of guy I am, and that's the mantle that I pass on to people because you know that I'm the #1 content creator and ain't nobody ever gonna surpass me, because if I did, well, Zach still wouldn't go to the theater, you know, because he's here for mine. He's mine now. There you go. Okay, I'm going to invite Josh.
I am headed upstairs, like, almost right now.
Those joining us, please bring your level 9 stuff, yeah? Where the fuck is Truffles? I don't know, man. School, maybe? Probably a school doing school shit. And Bravo? Probably a school doing school. Well, Bravo's not school, but yeah, you get what I mean. He is existing in a void of space. He is existing in a void of Bravo-ness. Becoming one with the Bravo.
Everybody's really just doing school shit. It's just some people get paid for their labor.
Yes. actually gonna
I
try.
ended upstairs.
You're finally upstairs. Good. What's the game for tonight? You know it's Faz. We might even have like a lot of people rolling because we've got quite a few new folks in. I don't know if Smoochie will show up, but possibly. Okay, we're just waiting for this slow man over here, and then we're gonna go to an area. Tell Cole it's the bad ace for me. I don't know what that means. We may do prop night next week because like we scheduled it last week, but a lot of people don't have prop night, so we're actually gonna run fast tonight, and then we can do prop night if you're sure you're gonna show up though, because prop night is just you, me, Yuzuki, and Truffles. So we can do prop night on the following week, but tonight is definitely gonna be fast because a lot of people got Faz to roll with the community. So you know, come and have a good time with everybody. Yes, you are, Death Snipe. But Mashari, if you can, right, try to talk in the stream chat. Try not to talk in the game chat, because game chat is a bit hard for me to see. Like I usually look at like the stream chat instead. Friday the 13th, yes. We'll try some rotations as we get more people, but a lot of people are super into Faz because like they've seen it, been played, and they're like super excited. So a lot of them bought it. So we can definitely do some of that tonight. It'll keep things interesting. Thank you. But yeah, also Mashari, like next time you want to join, right? Just let me know that you want to join. Just say in chat like I want to join, okay? That way I can definitely tell. Gucci, I shall sleep then. Bro, come on, man. You literally said that you would prepare yourself for this. Come on. We've been waiting to have one of our OGs with us, yo. Just finish your requirements, Night Ranger. You poor man. Take a rest. Take a rest. Prepare your booty hole for tonight. Prepare your booty hole for tonight. No problem. Okay, so bring a level 9 weapon if you don't have one already, because we're gonna go to the Snowblind Waste. If you don't have your level 9 weapon ready, just bring whatever, as long as it's lower level. But if you want XP, level 9 is ideal. We're gonna go back to the Snowblind Waste, and we're gonna go rip and tear everything to pieces. So I hope you're all ready. Strap yourselves in, and let's go. This ride will not stop for anybody. Zabby, you better be there tonight, okay, bro? Bro. If you're not there tonight, my heart will be crushed, buddy. That's okay, Night Ranger. School is important. Also, you still have school. Nerd. Studying like a nerd. Look at Night Ranger. Let's all laugh at him for studying. But it's alright, buddy. Next time, my friend. Anyway, you're joining tonight, right? So we can all hear Mr. Duterte on Phasmophobia. Okay, strap yourselves in. We are about to kick the ass of the Shadow Touch Nezaga. What was that noise?
Wait, what noise?
I heard you made a noise. This is really strange.
I don't know.
Noise. Come on, Zasta. You know you want it. You know you want it. Be there. Be there, buddy. Do it. Do it for the kids. You can't play Phasma tonight? Shame. Because Xeno's gonna be there.
I can stay up extra late and play Phasma. I got it recently.
Nice. I mean, yeah, if you want to. You know, we invite everybody for the horror stuff. It's very nice to hunt ghosts. Okay, we're gonna take on this level 15 Riftstalker. Let's go. Soup. Stick together. Okay, with Riftstalker, right, what you guys want to do is don't separate. All stay together because I will knock it down. But I cannot do that if you all separate. Especially if you're running Discipline, you can parry the Riftstalker quite easily. But do not separate. Stay together and we'll do a lot better. Okay, so that's for Josh and Mishari. When playing in a team, right, always stick together against Riftstalker. Because when he does this, right, yep, stay together, stay together. There we go. There you go. Because I can guarantee a parry, but we all have to stick.
Okay, I hate it when the behemoth teleports. It makes it really hard to do charged attacks with the axe.
Teleports? Oh, that might be due to lag. So I gotta throw away these chain blades because they are... Yeah, Thrax, I've just proved to myself, is so doggy shit that it's like the worst thing to ever have been created. Hold on. Just gonna quickly change this over. Back to Hellion we go. Even after the nerf to Hellion's actually decent. Yeah. Because the Thrax was...
Oh, the weapon.
Yeah.
I was looking around like a stupid person, bro.
Hey Blake, you played 64th for Pike in Trials last week but never got access to Champ Store. Was still 64th on reset. Are you doing something wrong? You never got access to Champ Store. Were you 64th across all consoles? Because, for example, if you're playing on the Xbox, I know people on like Xbox can see only Xbox scores. It has to be like solo Pike, 64th, but across like PC, Xbox, PS4, everything. So it has to be on the across all the different consoles. Both just two different playstyles, Night Ranger. You have to see which one suits you. Because, for example, if you use the Frostwolf Revenant, but you're shit with Revenant, it's going to be better for you to use the Discipline Survey. You know? So it's really just up to you. Discipline Survey is very strong, but I tend to prefer it only when stick together. That's it, stick together. Otherwise I can't boop this fella. There you go. No problem, Blake. And that's why you gotta be very careful of that, because if you 64 but across all only on your console, then that's not gonna be very helpful, because then you could have like a 19-minute timing and still be like, because like for example on Switch not that many people play, so you could have like a 19-minute timing and still be on there, you get what I mean? Which you don't want. So yeah, you have to make sure that you are across all consoles, especially if you're still 64th at the reset. Which is why make sure you're checking the overall, like for the solo axe, overall across all consoles. So yeah. And that's why the cheese builds are extremely valuable, because they will help you do it across the board. I wouldn't say it's relatively easier, because Discipline Survey requires you to use Discipline, which is a parry. Some people are just not good with parrying. So I
suck with parrying.
And parrying is not always like a guaranteed science, so parrying is very strong on, like, for example, flawless builds, but you know, when it comes to like Revenant, a lot of people who aren't like flawless ready, they do better with Revenant, because Revenant gets them like So like I would say ready for the flawless stuff. No problem, Blake. After all, although they made the champion's crown easier, it's still a crown for champions, so you gotta prove yourself.
Okay.
No problem.
You didn't see me die.
Yeah, I did. And I just judged you immediately. I was like, ah, look at France. Died with Iceborne. I now judge him. I now judge him a France.
I got stun locked. I was in a very brutal combo, and the behemoths are just too good.
Sure. Funny how I'm playing flawless with no defense and I'm still doing it. Right?
Well, yeah, because the AI targets like the best player on the team, and like I don't know about you, but like #1 with every weapon right here.
Okay. I would say their damage, like they don't do the same damage Night Ranger, but I never like it's impossible to actually measure it in the field because there's no damage indicator in the field. So I can't tell you which one is like clearly better or worse. But honestly, like between the two, I like it also depends on the weapon because like for example on the axe, the Frostwolf Revenant is my go-to because obviously there's no Discipline's Evade. If you're talking about chain blades, Discipline's Evade is pretty damn good, but then again on chain blades I'm a master and I use flawless builds, so yeah, I really wish I had a way of answering you, but you're gonna have to discover it for yourself. So build both. My command to you Night Ranger is go build both. I know, go build both and have both there in your arsenal. I will not decide for you. I'll just command you to build both.
Oh my
Sneaky
god,
dart.
it's truffle!
It's been here a while.
I'm just not observant. I realized that Night Ranger was here for a while, and I just forgot to say hi. And so...
Hell, I even
think
greeted
it's
him. I said hi, Truffles.
I have the attention span of a goldfish, bro. I'm sorry.
I know. It's okay. I'm used to it.
Hi, Night Ranger.
Why must you main things? Why must you main things? This is not Pokemon Go, bro. Sorry, this is not Pokemon Unite, bro. You don't need to main anything. Let's go main Pikachu in this game. In fact, yeah, play as Pikachu. Go play your Discipline's Evade.
Do you play Smash Bros?
Nope.
Bro. Fun game.
It's okay. Never been much of a Smash person, but that's because I was never into the original. I just never got into it.
Smashing is great. Keeps the population stable.
Oh yeah, totally. That I know. I just wish there were more loadout slots. I know, right? It's okay. This is the way. When you build with RealAsianRobot, you will just never have enough slots because there's always new stuff coming out. You know, it's just
There
the way.
was one point in Dauntless, I don't
Save
know
me.
if it was a time
There we
delay or
go.
something like that, where you could buy infinite loadout slots.
I don't remember this. It sounds more like a bug, but I mean, there could have been. You never know.
It might have been a bug, but I still have maybe, I think I have 14 loadout slots now.
That's not a bug though. I've got like 17 myself.
Yeah, so I don't... Does
You
it
can have a
stop?
lot.
Because there was one...
It does stop. Like I think 18 or 20 is the max. I can't remember. Toward the event, guys. Let's go. You can have a collection, but even I don't have a collection because there's too many. There's 6-7 weapons, multiple builds for each weapon. Nah. It's like choosing your Iron Man suit. You just have a few that you like, and then you roll those. Because you'll gradually know which weapons you main and which weapons you don't main. So everybody's sending up flares. Lol. It's like a little tanapata. All right, here comes the pain train.
Cat.
Gather.
Just a joke I can't make on stream.
I figured. Lol. Whee! Okay, gather up, gather up. Oh. What happened there? Nope, no murder palace fee.
If we can stagger him, then we can start a pain train.
I mean, yeah, but I don't know, like, why earlier the boot didn't work. Okay, he's gonna do this again.
I swear I hit the Iceborne
gather
too.
up. There we are. Now we start the pain train. Man, I hate it when it, like, hits in the midair. That's so weird. Lol. Okay, that's done. And now, ladies and gents, we'll move on to the next hunting ground. Let's see. We don't need a Ramsgate return, so I'll take us now to the Underval Defile.
Make sure to get your reward.
You don't actually have to touch it to get your reward, just so you know.
Wait, do you actually not?
No, this is only for, like, touching it to get your support, to get your supply crate back. You don't actually need to touch it for your reward. You will get your reward.
My whole life has been a lie.
I literally said this multiple times on multiple streams. You don't have to touch it. We only touch it. In fact, somebody asked the question earlier while you were voicing me, and I said, and they asked whether or not you need to touch it. I said, no. It just gives you back a supply crate. Bruh. Bruh.
Nani?
Y'all never pay attention to my lessons, do you? Motherfuckers.
I told you, attention span of a goldfish, man. I'm sorry. I'll pay more attention next time, teacher.
I'll just give you the Samuel L. Jackson treatment.
Oh, motherfucker. I love Samuel L. Jackson. He's one of my favorite actors.
Yep. This is a good one.
For me, it's like Mads Mikkelsen, Samuel L. Jackson.
You actually
Morgan
enjoy
Freeman.
Mads Mikkelsen?
Yeah, what? Are we about to fight right now?
Listen, I just, like, he's only been in, like, one Marvel movie as a villain. And he's gonna be in, like, Fantastic Beasts, I guess, but I don't watch any of his other movies, so.
Bro, watch the Hannibal TV show. I love horror stuff. Watch the Hannibal TV show.
Yeah. Not from Mads Mikkelsen, anyway.
Bro.
Hey, you can fight it all you like.
Your actor.
I
like. He was There was one movie you should watch with him that I think will redeem him for you. There's a movie called Polder on Netflix. Vanessa Hudgens didn't do it any justice, but Mads Mikkelsen was good in the movie.
What movie is that? What kind of movie is it? Oh, that's okay, Mashari.
It's like some like big CEO runs some kind of crime ring, and
crime stuff, huh?
he it's actually pretty cool, but
No,
like
I know, but I'm just like super not into it, so I know like I'd be biased. But I'm actually looking forward to seeing him in Fantastic Beasts. Like, I don't hate the guy or anything. I was just surprised that, you know, you liked him. So, because I want to see him in Fantastic Beasts.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. There's one other actor. I'm trying to remember. 1 second. 1 second.
Okay. So Mashari, if you disconnected due to poor internet, don't worry about it. What we'll do is we'll try and get you back in the game. If we do another run after this, I'll try and get you back in the game.
I couldn't find the correct answer on how, but the way I'm going to guess to pronounce that is Bill Nighy.
Bill
Nighy. No, Nighy. I think it's Nighy. Dude, great actor. He started in this one movie about like a family that can time travel that was pretty good. But he was the voice and character actor for Davy Jones in the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, nice. Hey, Drastoff. Nothing much. Just running with my members as always. Running them through content. Okay, stick together. Josh, like I said, don't try and boop until it comes out of the portal. So what you want to do, right, is you want to gather up. Everybody should be in a line. And then as it comes to the portal, you time the parry so that you parry it and then hit through it. Okay, so like don't try and run toward the thing while it's flying around. It's not gonna do anything. You're not gonna stop it. Gather, straight line. Usually the most experienced player will be first, and I'll parry it. What's up,
Yeah,
Jero?
I hate being first.
Quick question: we're joining random streams to tell him happy birthday. Who? But yeah, sure. I mean, you want to join a random stream and tell somebody happy birthday? Go ahead. Movie was called About Time. Nice. Mastering discipline parry is hard. Yeah, it takes a while to master the discipline parry, but it's you just what you want to do with it is you just want to practice. The more you practice, the better you are at it.
I think Blake will vouch that About Time was a good movie. It was pretty sick. That ending got me, bro. Tears. Gosh. Again, that was another glitch.
Drive Sloth, I would love to, but that person is not at my stream, and we don't do that here. Like, we're here for, like, people who are here are, you know, part of my community. We're here to interact and stuff. Like, if you're just here to, like, join a random stream to tell somebody happy birthday, that's not a thing, my dude. It's kind of spammy, and also just it's not cool. So we thank you, but like if you're here, we hope you're here for the content. Trash bag fashion lover. If not, please wear one now. Sure, I will wear one right now by banning you from my chat, weirdo. Okay, that's done. Lots of people coming out of the woodwork today. All right, like you can interrupt fine with discipline, but pairing is a bit difficult. It depends. Like, okay, how you want to time it is basically you're thinking of it as a dodge, but instead of dodging, you hit the button at the same timing that you would normally do a dodge. And you know when you like perfectly roll through a behemoth's attack, that is usually what we do, and I think that would be the ideal way to actually utilize the parry. If I'm not wrong, I did a video on it which you can reference if you want to, and that one's like it demonstrates how to actually like understand the principle of parrying. Once you get used to it though, it's very, very good because you can guarantee a deflection of a lot of attacks, and that invincibility frame basically allows you to do some pretty cool shit. It also will improve your skills in trials, because in trials there's a lot of reliance on the invincibility frame from the parry, so that can be very, very helpful. Okay. Let's see. I don't want to fight the Spore Struck because the Drask is equivalent in level, and we can basically knock it down. Well, we'll kill it a lot faster. Okay, on the way. I hope you have a good day too, Dominique. And Blake says, yes, he is a great actor. You know? So there you go. You have your validation.
Yay! I'm valid.
110%. But anyway, yeah, like I said, I'm looking forward to seeing it in Fantastic Beasts because they cast him as the replacement for Johnny Depp after the whole Amber Heard thing. So I'm gonna see how his performance is like. Although it's gonna be so weird though, like, because Johnny Depp was a fantastic Grindelwald in that.
He was a fantastic. I just feel, not to give a hot take or anything, I just feel horrible for him, man.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel, I'm not gonna, go into any political thing. Just on a personal level, I really just feel horrible about what he went through because relationships like that can just really hurt.
Yeah, definitely. It was also like there was another actor that went through something like that. Brendan Fraser, was it?
God.
I think it was.
Can you
Brendan
tell me
Fraser.
what he starred in? I can't remember a lot about
George of the Jungle.
Fraser.
That was my childhood thing. Yeah.
Okay.
And The Mummy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, did he go through something very similar?
Yeah, I think so. And yes,
Yeah.
Alan, sorry, I missed your question. Only members may join us, and if you want to guarantee a spot, the best membership to get is at least an honored tier membership. But cool bots do join us. It's just that if other people of higher tier come in, they will have to give up their spot first. So yes, we do apologize, but if you are a member in future, you can join us. Okay, I'm killing the Koshai first, and I'll see you guys at the event. Oh, you guys are here too. Good. Let's kill the Koshai.
We're your ride or dies, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I'm just here for the trains. I'm a locomotive enthusiast.
He said he used the wrong account. What does that mean? Easy to dodging, not pairing it. I think you mean pairing Savate, Mashari. Yeah, Savate can be a bit difficult to parry because of how his attack swings work. I was confused there. I was thinking, who's Shafty? And I was like, wait, that has to be Savate. So yeah, Savate can be a bit difficult to parry. Who said that though? Because if they need to come on their member account if they want to be verified. Because I do not see anyone saying that. So if they come on their member account, then of course, sure. But I mean, we are ending stream already, so we are close to the end. My recommendation is if you want to join, you should come to the stream early because we start at about 3:30, and I usually end roughly around 6. So yeah, I'm not sure who is a member on the other account, but just make sure that they come in future on their member account, and that way we can verify that. Because obviously I think it makes sense that like if somebody says I'm a member on another account, we just don't do that because you should only be following on one account. So try to do because we also don't want people to like falsely inflate subscription numbers. So try to only follow on one account and make sure that it's your main account, because that way it's a lot easier to not only keep track of memberships, but also to ensure that the right people, are in the right spot. Because if you come on 2 accounts, we may not know you. All right, because I'm not a supercomputer. I wouldn't know every single account that the person has. So try to make sure that you do come on the appropriate account, and then if you are a member, it's easy to verify that way. That way we just see the green name, and it's all good.
You're just lying to hide your true power. I know you're a supercomputer.
Possibly, but no, we can't supply crate during an event. Sorry, I think the area is too close. But one thing we should learn is that when you're leveling, right, if you're using an appropriate Asian robot build that's good for you, you shouldn't need to supply crate ever. Which is why I designed all those builds in that particular way, because you're supposed to avoid death. So it may mean that you might want to try if you find that you're running out of. What's wrong with you, dude?
We need to avoid death.
We do.
We all die.
I mean, in general, yeah, but this is a cool shot that's level 16. We're level 11. That's normal. So
No, I know. It was just the timing was too perfect.
yeah, no, because it basically, like, what happens is that if you don't like parry it fast enough, or you don't knock it down fast enough, it'll do the rain. So that's what I was trying to prevent, bro.
Cool shots are too overpowered, bro.
No, they're not. They're actually very weak. But so basically, like, for example, this is what I mean about playstyle. So for example, this event is one where there's a lot of poison on the ground, so you will generally go down a lot to the poison. So if you're utilizing a build that is not 100% suited for your playstyle, you might find it a bit more difficult to run, especially in like certain events. So if you're noticing that, right, this is one of the greatest examples for like, this is how you modify your playstyle, because that way when if everybody is like at their optimum efficiency, right, we should normally be able to knock the cool shot down fast enough that it will not consistently rain, because the event's not over and we should have to carry on. Okay, for this one, right, Rage Tail first. Once they separate, try to go for Rage Tail first, because Rage Tail is more dangerous than the Blaze, to be fair, as weird as it sounds, because of the shockwaves.
You know, those tremors, bro. They move.
Yeah, so that's why normally, right, we'll kill Rage Tail first, and then after that we'll kill whatever else is there. Okay, I'll be up in a second. You do not pick me up. Do not pick me up. You just have to worry about yourself, because it's hunting grounds, so we'll constantly get a free stim. Yeah. So you don't have to pick anyone up that's going down, especially if you're doing events like this, because on these events, right, if I'm running flawless for higher speeds, there will be chances that I die off into poison or fire. So just ignore the person that goes down, because they would just pick themselves up. Usually.
I thought the ability would probably be the best, because it'll give you guys the healing and the stagger immunity.
Which one?
Can you stop? Stop. Bro. I'm using Agris, so if I use the ability, it
doesn't
just
give you
revives
stagger.
everybody.
It doesn't give you stagger immunity.
Doesn't it give you immunity to stagger and stuff?
Nope. It only revives you and heals you. The immunity one is chronivore, and that is due to the invulnerability shield that you get. Agris only gives you healing.
Bro, I'm getting played around with.
Yep, that's very normal for this event, because the pools of poison plus 2 beavers, very difficult. So this is where, like, you have to in general know what you're gonna do with these kinds of things, because if you're applying something that's not suitable for you, you'll find it a lot harder to get used to their patterns and stuff, especially in areas like this where their pattern matters a lot. Because this, like, for example, this other beaver is going to do a lot of like sliding and stuff, but that's why we ignore it, to avoid the other beaver also going into rage, because we don't want to just deal with the Rage Tail first. Once we deal with that, we're okay.
Hey, we took the tail.
Yep. Okay. Like from here, once it runs off, we know that's close to death, so we just basically we shatter it here. Then after that, the other beaver becomes easy. So normally when you're fighting 2 beavers, Rage Tail's first. There we go.
Stop waddling away, bro. Come back here. Oh my god, and he heals.
Yeah, but it's minor. It's like a very minor heal. It won't actually affect like anything important, so it's all good.
Does the amount of but like, do we know? Does Dauntless reveal the amount that behemoths heal by, and does it change depending on the behemoth?
No clue. I'm sure somebody did the math somewhere, but for me that was unnecessary math, so I never bothered. Because whether they heal or not, you see, once you have a good pattern down, like, or you're just taking on one, you will basically knock it. You'll basically knock it out. Does it give the stagger immunity? Because I don't recall it doing that at all. If it does give stagger immunity, that's actually bad, because stagger actually saves your life 90% of the time. If it's giving you stagger immunity, then that would be like, basically you'd go up and then go down again, especially against like a rage tail. So if it does give stagger immunity, that's really, really bad. They should not do that. Because as far as I know, the symbol that pops up, right? The only buff icon I noticed is the healing. I'll double check. Shall return to Ramsgate. Okay, I'm gonna end the stream here. Well, I'm gonna end the stream in a moment. Just remember though, if anybody wants to join us, please make sure that you come on your members account, okay? Because I cannot take it on faith that you have another account that is a member. So like, just remember that. And the stream always starts at 3:30, so you have to be in here early if you want your spots and the maximum time. Otherwise, by the time it ends, then like you only get a few runs in. So just remember that. And one example is, heh. What up, buddy? You are super late. Not kidding. All right. Let me just double check that Agorist ability, because I don't recall it doing stagger immunity. Oh, it really does. Actually, that's really bad then. Okay, did not know that. Yeah, because I never knew it gave stagger immunity. That's actually not good. That's like literally the opposite of good. Because, okay. I didn't see any buff icon for stagger immunity. I only saw a buff icon for healing. So that's... Okay.
Do you think maybe it's just like an Agorist buff that has the same icon as healing, and it just comes with
yeah,
all
because
of the
Dauntless doesn't actually like do the two different, like, they don't do different icons for each one, which is problematic. Yeah, it actually is bad, because okay, so how stagger immunity works is that it's not an immunity to damage, it's just an immunity to stagger. So in a situation like where the Rage Tail Gnasher, the tail and the shockwave can do a double hit, and on, like, for example, a heroic, right? If you happen to res underneath the tail, it'll basically do the tail hit damage, the shockwave damage, and then there's a secondary bit of damage that can come after. So you're basically taking 3 points of damage. Whereas if you are not stagger immune, you will go down after the tail hit. You won't take the damage of the shockwave, because while you're down, you don't take damage. So it's kind of like best example I can give is like those old side scroller games, like when your character's flashing after the attack and they don't take damage. Basically removing that means that your hit points can take constant hits, because some attacks can hit more than once. Same actually goes for several other behemoths that actually, like, you don't realize they have multi-hit attacks, but they do. This week is Umbral. This week is Umbral, huh? I'll just check for you. Yeah, but it's Umbral. Yep, it's Thrax. So that's why you want to be careful with stagger immunity. Same thing with Iceborne. In heroic escalations, I actually tell people, if your skills are not like top tier, don't throw the icicle, because I know throwing the icicle increases your damage, like gives you more damage and lifesteal, you know, on the behemoth. But some, like the Valamir, for example, while it's doing the laser attacks, right, the laser can strike you multiple times, or the rotating orbs, right, they can just, like, if you're stagger immune, right, it will not cause the knockback. It will instead, like, just all of them will just like come through and just hit you, so you can actually get zeroed instantly. So that can be a problem, which is why stagger immunity is actually really, really bad. In most cases where, like, for example, if I'm running a flawless build right now, right? So that means if I do take one hit, I rely on being knocked down. So I didn't know about stagger immunity. Somebody advised me, which also explains why sometimes I die extra quickly. And I was just like, I thought that the behemoth is just hitting extra hard. But if somebody reses me with Agorist and I'm stagger immune, multi hits can go through. Let me see. Are there any other behemoths that have that? Yeah, Thunderdeep Drask. Almost forgot. With stagger immunity, right? Because you don't get knocked down after the first shot, it can double shot you. So you basically just get double tapped. I've seen some people, like, they throw the icicle and then just when it's charging up and then they just get double tapped. So that can happen. That's why stagger immunity, right, is something that you have to use very, very carefully. You want to be very, very cautious about whether like you want to use it in the right situation or not. So now that I know that about Agris, it kind of makes sense also. Nice pose, buddy. Nice pose. But yeah, you just want to be very, very careful with that.
Is that lag or is that an emote?
I'm not sure. I think it is. Well, Josh, is it lag or is it an emote? I usually don't do Dauntless Trials with players, Mashari. This is because it's actually very easy to do it solo, and it's actually better to do it solo because for the Dauntless Trials, any Slayer that goes down, basically like, oh, it's lag. Lol. So yeah, he's stuck. Look at this man. He's stuck in his run. Frozen run, just floating around. The Dauntless Trials, I usually do not do them with other players, and there's a good reason. Again, because Dauntless Trials is something that you should only be attempting when you have the right level of skill. And that's why it is very important for players to do it solo, because, for example, let's say you're not at the appropriate level of skill, and I do a Dauntless Trial with you. You may die during the trial, and if you die during the trial, then that ruins your own run. It may not affect me, but it's going to ruin your run, and then you have to run it again to get the maximum reward, because in Dauntless Trials, there are only 3 things that will give you a reward. Under 5 minutes, not dying, and slaying the behemoth. 3 things. So it's very much easier to do Dauntless Trials on your own when you have the right skill level and you have all the stuff to make the Dauntless builds. That's why I tell people, don't do Dauntless Trials until you've got all your endgame builds, you're ready, you are actually ready to do it, you know? Well, Hey is offering to help, but yeah, I usually do not run Dauntless Trials. Hey, you gotta let people run them themselves, dude. Don't ever carry them, because if you carry them, they won't learn the skills that they need to survive the higher end content. Then it becomes like a snowball where they're not ready for the other stuff as well. I actually discourage anybody from carrying in Dauntless Trials. Do not do it, because it is very much better for the Slayer to practice and get good, because Dauntless Trials are supposed to be something whereby when you have mastered the enemy and the game, then you do it. Like, if you want to carry, I'm not going to stop you, but I do not encourage it. It's one of the things that I actually discourage the most on this channel, because you will never reach the pinnacle skill level, especially when you want to get your crown. Okay, I know it's easy to cheese a champion's crown, but even cheesing requires some degree of skill, and if you get carried to it, then you won't learn enough. And then when it comes time to even cheese for your golden crown, you still won't have the skills to do it, and then nobody can carry you through that, because to get a top 100 timing in a team, you truly have to be absolutely awesome. And actually, in some cases, you can still get a top 100 timing even if you're over 5 minutes, as long as you don't die. If you're over 5 minutes, it's okay. For some weapons, that does happen, like the axe. Some people who are like over 5 minutes can still get a top 100 overall timing. But again, it comes to, like, if you don't learn the skills to do the Dauntless Trials, you will never advance yourself to a higher level of gameplay. Exactly, which is why like, for certain things, I'm okay with carrying, but I highly discourage it for the Dauntless Trials, because they are intended for Slayers to test themselves, you know? And when you really want to compete, like, if ever you want to reach that pinnacle, if you don't have the necessary skills, it's going to be hard for you to do that, you know? So basically, like, although it can seem like it's a really nice thing to carry other people, it can actually stunt their growth, especially for that, because a lot of Slayers have not mastered all the mechanics of the behemoth just yet, and it's very important for them to do so, because mechanics is literally the entirety of Dauntless. Kind of like how in a MOBA, you know, you have to learn the perfect rotation, stuff like that, something like that. Okay, thank you everybody for joining me today. It is a lovely stream as always. Thank you very much for being a part of it. I will roll away now, but we will be back on Twitch later in the evening. So for those of you that are interested in Phasmophobia, you will be able to find us at 10:30 p.m. tonight doing Phasmophobia. All right, we shall be there. So for those of you that want it, I will see you all there. Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll catch you all in the next one. Okay, bye bye folks.